Bonjour à tous et à tous, j'espère que vous allez bien. Nous sommes le mercredi 13 août 2025. Quelle heure il est? Il est 4h29 et 17 secondes, voilà. J'avais la fenêtre qui était devant. Bienvenue sur Star Rail 3.5, ça y est, donc nous passons au 6e chapitre de cette grande et longue histoire. C'est l'avant-dernier chapitre. Non, je dis des bêtises, c'est l'antépénultième chapitre, parce qu'on a encore un en 3.6 et un en 3.7. Je me crois déjà en 3.6, moi ça va pas le faire. Mais enfin bref, du coup, donc 3.5, donc nous avons, de ce que j'ai pu voir avec le live, l'arrivée de Darch, comme les gens l'ont appelé, c'est-à-dire Marche version démoniaque, attention, incroyable. Qu'est-ce que nous avons ici? Ah si, la possibilité de clean les ressources sur PC. Enfin. Ce serait temps qu'il rajoute pour Genshin d'ailleurs aussi, parce que le jeu commence à être sacrément lourd. Bon, j'ai pas de problème de stockage en ce qui concerne, hein. J'ai vraiment beaucoup de stockage. Hein. J'ai vraiment de la place en masse. J'ai encore de ce qu'il faut, sur le PC aussi, de toute façon. Mais il est clair que 100 Go ça fait beaucoup. Surtout que une grande partie de ces 100 Go là sont occupés par des quêtes et des donjons qui ne sont plus utilisés du tout. Donc ce serait peut-être temps de virer tout ça en fait. On peut le faire sur mobile. On verra quand on pourra le faire sur PC. Surtout aussi sur PC ça va être très important parce que l'arrivée du mode UGC pour créer ses propres contenus, ça risque d'être casse-pied. Hein. Si l'application fait 300 Go à la fin, ça va être compliqué. Voilà. Bon, à quoi s'attendre du coup dans cette version? Du coup, Darch, la nouvelle forme de Danheng. J'espère qu'il y aura des gens doublés. Même si je suis certain que pour Himeko c'est toujours pas le cas, il reste encore pas mal de gens à doubler, hein. Ça c'est inévitable. Hein, tout comme la quête 5.6 sur Genshin qui est toujours pas entièrement doublée 3 mois après, mais bon, c'est pas grave. Et donc ce sera le début du 33 550 000e 337e cycle. Voilà. Si je dis pas de bêtises, c'est ça. Hein, Je me rappelle, oui, c'est ça, 33 550 336. Et du coup là on passe au 33 550 337e cycle. Oui, je ressors des numéros comme ça. Bref, allez. Non parfait plus 1. Lançons le jeu et démarrons cette aventure sur la 3.5, chapitre 6. Le bordel en Furious. Alors compile des shaders parce que je viens de mettre à jour Windows, donc c'est peut-être ça aussi. 850 mégas de mise à jour temporaire. Windows. D'ailleurs, je suis encore sur 23H2, donc bon. De ce que j'ai compris, la 24H2 et la 25H2 c'est toujours des grosses merdes buggées, donc je sais pas trop quand je vais passer. D'ailleurs, le mois dernier il y a eu un magnifique bug là, c'est magnifique. Microsoft, je sais pas ce qu'ils font, ils règlent des bugs et ils cassent d'autres trucs en même temps. Il y a un moment, je pars du principe qu'ils devraient arrêter de faire des mises à jour de fonctionnalités pendant au moins 1 an, le temps de faire en sorte que l'OS soit stable. Parce que là ça devient n'importe quoi. Ils font que des corrections de bugs à moitié mal fait. Ils corrigent les bugs, je sais pas comment ils s'y prennent. En tout cas c'est pas bien fait correctement. Il y a également le fait que l'OS, je sais pas trop pourquoi, il y a des bugs magiques apparaissent comme ça. Donc il répare des bugs mais il casse d'autres trucs en même temps. Merci Microsoft, hein, génial. Voilà, hein. Donc ce serait bien qu'ils se mettent à faire au moins un an où ils font rien d'autre que des corrections de bugs et tout ça. Alors, genre, pas de nouvelles fonctionnalités, uniquement correction de bugs, optimisation de l'OS pour qu'il tourne nickel. Parce que, en fait, le truc c'est que depuis que Microsoft est passé au modèle Windows as a Service, on se rend pas compte à quel point Windows est devenu lourd et lent avec le temps. Franchement, les personnes comme moi qui ont réinstallé Windows 10 15.07 pour des trucs il y a pas longtemps, peuvent constater à quel point c'est une fusée le machin. Franchement, hein, Windows 10 15.07 sur le hardware moderne, tu fais un méga score, c'est infernal. Hein. Attends, laisse-moi traverser les âges. Ok, regardez plus tard. Ah, l'événement est déjà disponible maintenant. Ah, ils attendent pas 2 jours pour le faire, d'accord. Ils ont pas corrigé cette voix dégueulasse. Merci. Alors... Ah, vitrine de mode. Du coup, maintenant, ils ont fait une boutique pour ça. Bon, c'est pas mal. Bon, marche, ouais, d'accord. Luciole, ouais, marche. Bon, bah, tant mieux, hein. D'ailleurs, c'est un peu plus classe que sur Genshin, parce que sur Genshin, c'est vraiment juste une liste random. Là, t'as un peu plus de trucs quand même. Attendez, faut peut-être que je rouvre mon Excel, moi. Voilà. Donc, on était à 615. Ouais, puisque j'ai récupéré 20 jades avant de me déconnecter hier soir. Et je les ai pas notés. Donc, là, du coup, là, je vais noter pour aujourd'hui, hein. Voilà, donc 13 août, hein. Voilà, 2025. On est toujours niveau 60 points, hashtag 70. On est bien le jour d'enregistrement vidéo, on prend bien les captures d'écran aujourd'hui quand même. Et là du coup, on est censé avoir un pool en plus, donc 378, notez ça comme ça. Voilà, merci beaucoup. Du coup, ici, on a compensation pour la maintenance, donc ça fait 600 jades en plus. Le truc vient de s'animer en bas, ce qui est nouveau. Donc 15 215. Ouais, on va noter ça après. Hein. Les paramètres, il y a des nouvelles options, notamment l'option de clean de ressources PC, voilà, exactement. 20 Go 73. Bien sûr, je veux les supprimer. Voilà. Donc là, je viens de libérer 20 Go sur mon SSD, génial. Supprime automatiquement les ressources intérieures, oui. Si vous possédez, si vous connectez plusieurs comptes sur cet appareil, vous utilisez les fonctionnalités avec prudence, évidemment. Mais j'en ai qu'un seul, donc ça me servira pas. Ensuite, ici, nous avons les mises à jour. Une nouvelle histoire, voilà. Les nouveaux événements. Voilà. Retour de cet événement, hein, donc recyclage, évidemment. Recyclage numéro 2, encore une fois. Et après, c'est les mêmes événements habituels, hein, donc... D'ailleurs, c'est marrant, hein, parce que, bon, comme vous pouvez le voir, et vous pouvez pas le voir, mais j'ai déjà répondu à cette enquête. Et je vais vous mettre devant vous. Je vais remettre l'écran OBS. Voilà. Mais en gros, vous avez déjà rempli cette enquête. Donc j'ai déjà répondu à cette enquête il y a 1 an déjà. Et pour l'instant, toujours aucun signe d'un éventuel contact ou que soit que non. J'ai déjà envoyé plusieurs mails au support pour divers bugs, notamment un bug en ce moment avec OyoPlay sur mon autre PC, c'est que il tente de communiquer avec les serveurs avec un protocole obsolète en fait. Donc ouais. Est-ce qu'ils ont fait d'autres trucs? Un problème détecté? Les actions sont manquantes. Ah ouais, oh! Certaines répliques, donc pas toutes. Ah ouais, d'accord. Bon bah merci de l'avoir montré. Est-ce qu'il y a des trucs à propos de la mise à jour quand même? Bon, la nouvelle mission pionnière évidemment. Les nouveaux personnages, l'icône et compagnie. La nouvelle zone. Ah, rivage chantant de Stixy. Ah, donc on a Stixy avant le cataclysme, c'est bien, merci. Grand restaurant cuisine de labyrinthe. Donc ça c'est par rapport à l'événement, ouais c'est ça. Donc disponible dès la mise à jour, ouais, il aurait pu attendre 2 jours, hein, comme disait d'habitude. Nous musique avec la bouteille, donc ça ce sera le 2 septembre. Donc ça c'est par rapport avec Shioban et compagnie. Les machins d'Erta, donc recyclage d'événements Boutil, hein, évidemment. Cadeau de l'Odyssée comme d'habitude. Du contenu Ligus. Te fils de pute, hein, d'ailleurs. Fantôme Colix, ça je m'en fous. Pure Fiction, Mirror Chaos, ça je m'en branle. Ah oui, on peut choisir les voix des personnages, attendez. Évidemment qu'on va le faire, parce que... j'ai pu tester... C'est pas la même ambiance quand il n'y a pas les voix, évidemment. Ah oui, ils ont amélioré ça également. Alors, où c'est que... J'ai pas eu le temps de monter Finon, d'ailleurs. Où c'est que... Tu es là. Réplique, du coup, voilà, on peut choisir la voix de doublage. Évidemment, pas de voix, hein. Hop.
はじめまして。私のことはアーチャーと呼んでくれればいい。幸い、殺し合うような因縁もないようだ。可能な限り仲良くやっていくとしよう。
Ouais, voilà, bon, c'est les voix normales. Bon, testé, mais j'ai évidemment enlevé des trucs parce que c'était vraiment de la merde ce que j'ai mis, mais c'était pour faire du test, hein, parce que j'ai un peu volé désarté un peu tout le monde et du coup je les ai rendus, tout simplement. Si, ils ont amélioré le guide d'amélioration. Hein, Kafka, ouais. Bon, en bannière, ouais, bon, Alors, affectation, on n'est pas encore à 5h, 40h42, non, c'est pas du tout le cas. Sur hyperespace, avec du coup, High Silence, et Kafka, et l'icône de lumière, et la bannière qui est encore là, avec les 7 personnages, qui a été déplacée ici du coup. Et ensuite la bannière standard. 72 poules. Soit beaucoup trop, mais c'est pas grave. L'invitation de Céleste n'a pas changé, non, évidemment. Dans la boutique, y a rien qu'à ajouter non plus. Non, évidemment. J'ai toujours mon truc pour acheter un personnage. Ensuite, les événements. Voilà, on en récupère un. Le truc animé, parce que je suppose qu'ils ont modifié le truc pour mettre le bouton fermé ici. Ah oui, quand même. La casquette. Donc, cette fille bosse chez McDo, évidemment. Hein. Et donc là, nous avons également les 40 jades habituels du mode des 7 personnages. Et pour une fois, ils ont viré le... Merci d'avoir viré cette truc de merde qui est ce truc de code à la con. Voilà, qui veut l'honneur de son nom. Non, son nom est mis à jour, ils ont viré ouais, bon, ils ont viré la résine, hein. Et du coup, palier 50, ils ont mis une résine automodelante, évidemment. 2, 4. Ouais, 2, 4, 5, ouais, il y a toujours les 5 poules de normal. Ici. Hop, les cas directement, hein, on se fait pas chier. Voilà. Mission, ça on va voir tout de suite. Message, y a rien, non, évidemment. Et évidemment, ce truc va m'emmerder. Jusqu'à ce que je fasse l'événement dans 5 semaines et demie. Et je manque un peu de temps en ce moment, mais bon. Je suis en train de bosser sur d'autres trucs. Notamment par rapport à Genshin et comme du j'avais prévu de faire un subreddit pour ça, d'ailleurs. Comment dire? Ouais, j'ai décidé que j'allais devenir modérateur d'un subreddit dédié au module GC qui vient d'une blague que j'ai faite à un moment. Je dis, il y a un mec qui disait ah oui mais du coup avec le module GC le subreddit va se transformer en Stack Overflow. Et moi j'ai dit oh mais tu sais t'as qu'à investir, écrire le subreddit r/Genshin Overflow, chose que j'ai fini par faire moi-même. Et du coup je suis encore en train de faire le truc, je suis en train de faire le CSS et compagnie. Ce qui est long à faire d'ailleurs le CSS, hein. Surtout quand vous êtes un truc aussi pointilleux et perfectionniste que moi, c'est chiant, mais voilà. Non, je clique pas là-dessus. Ça, c'est toujours pas l'heure. Et on peut donc commencer. Plonger dans les creux de l'arbre au fait. Faut dire que je bois de l'eau parce que je vais mourir sinon. Voilà. J'espère qu'il fera pas non plus 300 000 degrés parce que ironiquement il y a 6 semaines quand j'ai fait la vidéo sur la 3.4 il y avait une canicule et va savoir pourquoi pile 6 semaines après recanicule donc merde hein fait chier. Allez bref, lançons. Y a pas de résumé là. Y a vraiment aucun résumé.
It's still early. Where to now?
Non vraiment y a pas de résumé. Ah d'accord, bon bah... Ah non, non, bah non. J'allais me faire brain. Alors, consultez le résumé de l'histoire.
I reunited with Don Hung and unexpectedly made contact with Screwlum. He warned us that Amphorius was actually an experimental ground for the erudition and was rapidly falling into the path of destruction. Allured to tackle the crisis together, I stayed behind in Amphorius as an informant, while Don Hung returned to the Express as planned to seek help. On top of that, Screwlum informed us that March 7th had also been drawn into Amphorius earlier. However, the current priority was the Era Nova. I quickly arrived at the Vortex of Genesis and met with Finan. The Era Nova ritual was supposed to proceed smoothly under the guidance of Lycus, but the appearance of the Flame Reaver once again left the fate of the world hanging in the balance. We struck down the enemy's mask, only to discover that his face was identical to Finan's. When his body was pierced by the ceremonial blade, a flood of memories surged forth, revealing the truth about Finan, the Flame Reaver, and Amphorius. It turned out that all of us were trapped in the eternal recurrences created by Finan and Cyrene. And the Flame Reaver was Finan himself, who had burned out after bearing countless core flames. Their goal was simple: to oppose the Aeon and rewrite the world's doomed fate of destruction. The eternal recurrences had already played out 33,550,336 times. In this final cycle, I promised Finan to take on the title of Deliverer and save the world in his stead, while he would fulfill the wishes of the countless versions of himself. Tear the sky asunder and confront the destruction head on. Thus, with Finan's help, time in Amphorius reset once more. But I became lost in the chaotic flow of time. At the critical moment, Mem, who had regained all her memories, sacrificed herself to send me back to the beginning of time.
Le résumé de l'histoire est terminé. Le fond d'écran est noir parce qu'ils ont très certainement déchargé toute la map. Allez. Et la quête commence ici. Je vois juste à côté en fait. C'est marrant, dis-moi. Non, vraiment, ça commence juste à côté, on est d'accord, hein. Là, il m'avait téléporté juste là, pour... Oui, on était juste là. Le téléportage inutile.
Hello.
Bonjour.
Your surprised expression is just like what the memories recorded.
Eh, attends une minute. On serait pas en train de faire les trucs à l'américaine du style... Il y a une scène qui passe, il y a la pub, et après la pub, il y a la même scène qui repasse une deuxième fois. Parce que ce dialogue, on l'a déjà eu hein, en 3.4, hein, je m'en souviens.
Maybe I'm both? Just kidding. If I had to choose, then I'm probably closer to the latter. It's pretty unbelievable for me too. It's like I had a long dream. Cyrene's memories and Mem's memories, they're all tangled together. But when I woke up, there were only broken fragments left. I can't remember what happened in those 30 million cycles, but I remember what you did for this world. Like, didn't you wish for me to turn into a pretty girl back at the Grove?
Évidemment. J'ai pas choisi cette option. Bah si. Non, attends. Non, j'ai pas choisi cette option.
You didn't? In that case, just treat it as my own wish then. There's so much I want to say, but unfortunately, this isn't the time to reminisce. With the memories of the previous flame chase still intact, we've returned to this place at the beginning of time, so we can carry out our promise to Finan. The descent of Iron Tomb may be looming over the horizon, but we still have a chance to change everything. Ide Silicii is so quiet. In Cyrene's memories, she always sits alone by the lake, gently swaying on the swing, like she's waiting for someone. I don't know. It sounds weird, doesn't it? It's something that happened to me, but I'm talking as if I'm an observer. But that's just what those memories are like. Vague and unclear, as if encased in thick ice. The only things I remember are the days I spent with you. Amphorius will fall into an ending of destruction after the next Era Nova. But those stories went out of fashion ages ago. In a proper romantic epic, the hero's supposed to foil the villain's plot, right? That's right. Lygus is the mastermind behind it. The one who's trying to control everything. How unforgivable. But I still feel a bit anxious. Lygus chose to walk into the spotlight and reveal everything, which means he still thinks the current situation is under his control. Maybe he still has an ace up his sleeve. Think about it. Even the name Lycurgus is a fake one. We have no idea who or what he really is. Which means it's probably time to borrow that treasure you're carrying, friend.
Le trésor que je transporte, lequel? Pas pour m'intégrer? Non. Non mais moi c'est vraiment des soirées Gus. Ouais.
Yep, that Intellitron friend did say, when required, it can also serve as a bridge for communications between the internal and external world. ID Silicii is a little village enclosed by time. We might be able to contact the outside world from here. Why don't we give it a try? We should at least tell our friends from beyond the sky that you're still in one piece. Firstly, we need to find a well-hidden spot. It's super quiet here. Sounds can't get in or out. Back in Cyrene's memories, this room was her secret base. No one noticed her practicing Orynyx's prayer here, or trying to speak with the gods in secret. But today's different, isn't it? We aren't trying to contact unreachable gods, but humans from other worlds. Real people. I'm prepared to witness that miracle, friend.
The way Cyrene talks is so similar to Mem.
Normal, c'est la même personne en douille.
I have so many questions. I'm also worried about how Dawn Hung and March 7th are doing. Here's hoping the chronocognitive anchor can still function normally, because I really need answers.
Point de suspension.
Signal strength, 14.8%. Dialogue window, 16 minutes 22 seconds. Prerequisite, no external interferences. We are very glad to learn that you're safe.
Bah tant mieux, hein, je vais te dire. Hein. Ah. Ta gueule, téléphone.
Pity. Now's not the time to celebrate. Having two geniuses standing here means you are in big trouble. Listen up, little one. The Destruction's eyes are gazing upon this place. No, I'm not joking, and no, it's not Droidhead. It's the real Nanook.
Time is running out, so I'll explain in terms you understand. This world, Amphorius, is in fact a testing ground, where the Lord Ravager, Iron Tomb, evolves through self-extrapolation.
Non mais ça, elle le sait déjà. Hein.
Hiding in this segmentum, unknown to other life forms, it has endlessly repeated the process of Era Nova, seeking a solution that could obliterate the erudition. For some reason, the experiment entered a prolonged state of stagnation. However, it has now restarted. Prediction: if effective intervention is not performed, Iron Tomb will complete its self-coronation in 14 system hours and initiate its plan to destroy the entire path of erudition.
L'intégralité. Hein.
possibilities are endless. Breaking down interstellar communications, destroying the synesthesia beacons, returning cosmic civilizations to the dark ages, or even starting the third anti-organic war. Any of it would be able to bring the cosmos to its knees. Simply put, it will tilt all sciences and technologies towards the destruction. And since Nanook glanced at this place, it means they are being dead serious. Based on info provided by the IPC, Iron Tomb probably isn't like Selenova or Zephyro, who are overlords ascended from human beings. Instead, Iron Tomb is an algorithmic sequence. It can be anywhere, as long as there is a receptacle for its calculation. The version of Iron Tomb hiding in Amphorius is its source code, and this scepter is its incubator.
14h, c'est rien du tout, hein.
Yep. Think of it as the program having reached 99.98% completion already. And then it's over.
Bah pour le coup, il est vraiment 99-98, hein.
Something in the shadows has been driving everything forward. It's the observer named Lygus. Speculation. He's the scepter system's administrator.
He wants Iron Tomb to break through the knowledge singularity. I don't know why he wants to do it, but he'll remove interferences at any cost. You're the only variable within this world, and you're the only thing he fears. So listen closely, little one. The speed of time is different in Amphorius compared to the outside. Destruction is just about to arrive, but you can still play Deliverer one last time.
Non, sans blague.
The cycles have already been broken. You've entered what is theoretically the last cycle Amphorius will ever be able to run. And Iron Tomb will break out of its prison as soon as the process of Genesis is triggered once more. But now there's an abnormality within the experiment. You know what I'm talking about. One of the model's 12 factors. That is one of the 12 demigods. Destroyed himself using the power of the destruction.
Le deuxième secteur du modèle. Ils ont pas la destruction. Ah bon, qui ça?
Finen's signal disappeared from the cycles the moment Nanook cast their gaze this way. That means World Bearing's computational logic is currently flawed and bugged. Yet it's the factor directly related to the process of Genesis.
D'ailleurs, c'est marrant, c'est que le mot buggé, il y a deux manières de l'écrire. Il y a les gens qui l'écrivent avec 2G et les gens qui l'écrivent GU. Bon, moi je suis dans la deuxième option parce que c'est plus logique par rapport au français, mais bon.
That old Intellatron will definitely do all he can to debug this error. So you have to take this chance to claim Kepfali's core flame. But don't let him have his way. The key to suppressing Iron Tomb lies in whether he can rewrite the purpose of Era Nova.
There's one more preparation we must make. Lygus's behavior has been quite abnormal. He's never interfered in the actions of Titans or the demigods throughout the whole experiment. Deduction. The Scepter has an extremely strict autonomous protocol, restricting even its administrator. In Amphorius, this ultimate protocol goes by another name. The Law Titan, Talanton.
Ah. Talenton.
Law. They are the rules that restrain all things in Amphorius, and it was the core flame returned at the very beginning of the last flame chase journey.
Why do you have another little pink one next to you?
Alors je te présente Cyrene.
Huh? Her path chart is...
Is there something wrong with me?
Never mind. Let's get back to the topic at hand. Life calendar 3960. Month of balance. will be locking onto this time period to find Law. You can either meet the Titan, convince the demigod, or take the core flame by force. It doesn't matter what you do, so long as you bend it to your favor. We still haven't figured out how you and Don Hung got inside this world. So influencing protocol is currently our best way to stop Lygus, or to call for more reinforcements into this fight. Once you've got Law in your hands, we'll discuss our next steps. Make sure the core flame doesn't fall into enemy hands.
Herta, the firewall's interference is getting closer. Time is running out. Please ask any questions you still have as soon as possible.
Iron Tomb can't affect the real world just yet. Don't worry. Himiko and the others are more concerned about your well-being than their own.
Mr. Don Hung did not enter the new world with you at the end of the last cycle. No, the flow of time inside and outside Amphorius is not identical. 1,000 years in this world may only be a fleeting second outside of it. Conclusion, he is on his way back to the Express.
Tant mieux. Et marche alors?
Miss March's situation is rather complicated.
Ah.
Madame Herta and I can detect her signal, but cannot ascertain her location. What we can be sure of is that she's still in Amphorius.
Don't worry about her. She's absolutely chock full of mysteries. Even if Amphorius explodes, she'll probably float out perfectly protected in a nice thick layer of ice. Worry more about yourself instead.
Mais non, si ça se passe mal, j'active le ciel. Alors on tout explose tout et puis termine bonsoir. Hein.
I believe in your capacities. The hands of the Trailblaze can create miracles, and will certainly be able to snuff out the flames of evil.
I'm not going to give any motivational speeches. I just hope you bring good news the next time we meet, little one.
Oui, t'inquiète pas, je l'aurais pas fait péter ton célaron. Oh.
No, not little one. Deliverer.
Those two geniuses certainly have memorable personalities. It feels weird. This all feels really familiar. Some of that conversation feels like it's about things I once knew, but then forgot. Maybe it's because of Mem? After all, Mem's a memo sprite born out of your thoughts, friend. Maybe our memories somehow got tangled up together. Never mind. Let's focus on something more important with what little time we have. Just treat me as an ordinary girl with secrets, okay? Like calendar 3960. I remember that Talantin had already fallen by then, and the Chrysos heir who inherited that core flame is named Saridra. That's what's recorded in history, and the period we'll be heading to. We'll need to find Law and stop Lygus. So, we've at least got a solid direction, right? Can you give me a little bit of time before we go? I want to pack some stuff. There's so much more I need to take care of in this form, and I'm still getting used to it.
A relaxed scene like this probably no longer exists in the outside world.
Voyage vers carré, grand carré, carré. Dans 3260 du calendrier lumineux, carré, carré, carré. L'air de la chute de longtemps, prend le contrôle de la... alors tu peux retourner le protocole final, modifier la flamme divine du porte-monde et inverser la nouvelle ère. J'espère que cette imitation de son cliché vous a plu. Retard naissance et tombeau de fer. Voilà, j'espère que ça vous a plu. Récupérer l'encre.
Should I head to the attic to wait for Cyrene? Or should I have one last look at Ides Elysiae?
Admirons, admirons. Alors, faisons de l'admirage.
This village is where Finan's life started. After 30 million cycles and 30 million failures, his burden is now in my hands. He said I will take over the responsibilities of world-bearing. But what does that mean? Becoming the new Kefali? Or forging a completely new path?
Préparez au pire quand même.
This duty is far too heavy, and it'd be unwise to be blindly optimistic. Maybe we are doomed to fail, just like how Finan was doomed. It'd be yet another fruitless attempt, and yet another tragic sacrifice. But I keep feeling that it's not the time to despair just yet. Is it because Dawn Hung and March 7th are still here? Or is it because of Cyrene? There are still too many secrets yet to be unveiled in Amphorius. Here's hoping that one of those secrets can end up turning the whole situation around.
Thinking hard over there?
Non.
I finished packing. I decided to just bring these few things in the end. See? There's a journal, a quill pen, and the ceremonial blade of the Priests of Time. Holding it calms me down for some reason. The scent of the black tide is now calm. Finan must still be fighting them in some way. This will be Amphorius's final flame chase journey. But it won't be the end of us. It'll be the beginning. Friend, are you ready to become a hero?
Ouais. Je vois pas comment comporter.
Just treat me like any other friend you have. We share a common goal and common enemies. And we may also share a common future. A future that has never emerged in any other cycles before. I believe in you, friend.
Évidemment.
If you still can't get used to it, just call me Mem like you did before. Just kidding.
Bah alors ça sera ton surnom désobligeant. Voilà.
Stand with me? That does sound very nice. Why don't we take everyone with us? I believe in you, friend. We'll never be alone, no matter what awaits us. In other words, since you've already saved so many worlds, friend, you should be used to being called a hero by now.
Ça fait toujours bizarre, on va dire.
Maybe you can tell me those stories as we travel. That way they can become our shared memories too. Let's trailblaze onward like before and create a future that's worth being remembered.
It seems you two are prepared to head out.
I guess.
You should indeed treasure the view before you. For you do not have much time left to enjoy such solitary delights. My apologies for disturbing your moment of repose. Before I express my apologies, please grace my abode with your presence, so I may demonstrate the full scope of my hospitality.
Hmm. Wow.
What is this place?
The fuck. Est-ce qu'on est rentré dans les entrailles de la machine? Oh. On est combien? 15 215. Je vais noter quand même comme ça. 15 215. Comme ça j'aurai le compte final avant le reset.
Farewell then. May we reunite in the new world.
Ah, Héros 252. Primum mobile. Très. Autoditentiel, voix. Très. Ah, épée qui est à 216. Comment il veut qu'on prononce ça? Primum mobile carré. Titan... la mort, oui.
All shall bid farewell to one. And that person alone.
Schema 720. Primum mobile, très. Autorité titan, raison, voix. Très long. Haplot 405, mobile, très. Autorité du titan passage, voix très. Scopéo 365, primo mobile, très long. Autorité du titan, terre, voix très très long.
The light of the dawn device never fades. Kbps protection has no end.
Calo 618, primo mobile, très. Autorité du titan, romance, voix très. Orexis 945. Vraiment, les pseudos sont écrits comme en 2008, c'est infernal. Primobile très, autorité du titan, la ruse. Voix très très long.
After I cross this river, it will be a tragedy for mankind. But if I do not cross, then it will be the end of me.
Aporia 432, Primobile très, autorité du titan, océan. Voix absurdement long. Vous vous sentez très long.
Outlier. Executing command. Record.
On va forcer le passage, c'est ça le truc?
Did that startle you? This is the intersection between Amphorius and the real universe. The audience seat where I observe this experiment. You can also call this location the Exomyth.
Bon, je suppose que si elle tire la tronche comme ça, c'est parce qu'on a la fameuse face maudite là. Hein. Ah non, fausse alerte.
Is the true form of the eternal land and the 12 demigods after they've shed their disguise of legends.
Fausse alerte, il est pas maudit.
Doesn't it look marvelous? Amphorius is like a microcosm of the cosmos. People love to portray the romance of the starry skies, but their tales often forget a different and far more truthful type of universe. The moment ancient Antikytherians sketched geometric shapes on the sandy beach and recorded the first numerals and symbols on parchment, the universe turned into a silent equation flowing under the pen of these relentless decoders. Erudition. It was once the mother tongue of the creator, the pen of divinity, and the first lyrical verse ever written by free will.
Venez-en au fait.
Seems like you are not in the mood for an idle chat. That is fine. I simply wish for you to understand that I have no intention of being your enemy. I have devoted myself over the long years to nurturing the scepter's extrapolations, hoping that the Prima Mobile would bud from within it. And now, my goal is almost complete. Nikos 496 had exceeded the intelligence singularity through his rage, and though he still retains his obsessive defiance and managed to suppress the black tide of this cycle, it's a matter of time before his will crumbles to dust. Iron Tomb will be completed. That will not be affected by my plans, your resistance, or the schemes of the two geniuses. It is an irrefutable fact, just like the instance in Noose's calculations. In other words, as long as you are willing to stop interfering and let the final Aeronova carry out its natural course, I'll guarantee the safety of all nameless and ensure you return unscathed.
Pourquoi je vais vous faire confiance?
You've always had a choice, my lady. You can either accept my sincerity or face the consequences of defying it.
Bon, les autres on s'en fout, hein.
You are indeed worried about your safety and that of your companions. Rest assured, as a fellow pathstrider of this path, Nanook's gaze left a brand on your soul long ago. You harbor the seed of destruction within you. But you need to learn how to use it in the right way. That vital knowledge is also my bargaining chip in this negotiation between us. for there are few in this world who are truly capable of such a feat. And I happen to be one of them.
Le changement de regard. Qui êtes-vous?
Someone who wanders the stars. Someone who seeks answers with abject despair. That is all I am. This matter is of grave importance, so please do not make your decision lightly. After all, the choice before you bears a 1 in 3 chance of elevating you to an unparalleled existence among the stars.
Une chance sur 3 de vous élever vers une existence inégalable parmi les étoiles. Ouais, bah t'imagines un petit peu la gueule du choix que tu dois prendre. Tu m'étonnes que l'autre disait fais des choix que tu regrettes pas. Là, c'est ma description des choix de Cosmos. Point de suspension.
I now see the full scope of the determination in your words. You may now continue your travels. It seems you haven't realized something about this place. The Exolith is the erudition's domain. You cannot physically interact with me in any way in this place, and vice versa. As negotiations have broken down, there's no more need for us to remain in the audience's seat. Let's return to the theater called Amphorius, where you will meet me once again. Of course, this meeting was not without merit. Your presence has inscribed a new footnote in the Exomyth. As for its purpose, allow me to reveal it to you in detail the next time we meet.
Double chargement.
100 years ago, the flames of war consumed Akama. The Outland forces broke through the dawn. Golden blood flowed with greed, and enemies descended with Kefali's eternal slumber, painting the holy city's walls in scarlet. Its generals had vanished, and the elders prostrated on the ground. The throne of worlds kept silent to the pleas of the people. Until the heaven and earth cracked open. Not the gods answering the people's prayers, but a legion rising from the sea of blood. Dawncloud's spires fell in the sulfur rains, and the legion's commander stood atop the broken idols and roared.
Compatriots, no more kneeling! Not to brutal tyrants, and not to dying gods! Those rebels have twisted the prophecy and ignited the flames of war in order to stoke fear in your hearts!
A Chrysos heir she stood, divine blood soaked into the earth, quelling the flames beneath her feet.
golden blood wrote of a tragic fate. Mine shall overturn it!
Her crown burned bright, outshining the fires consuming the entire city. She raised her scepter high, and the people gazed in the direction she pointed.
My blood flows in you now. Heroic compatriots, follow me, and we'll seize the reins of fate. Drive the enemy from Kbps' dawn. Smother their flames with their own dead. Win glory. Win peace. Let history sing your deeds.
The first to dance was a maiden following closely behind, weaving through the carnage like a fish in the sea. The people, full of wrath, surged with her, forming a colossal wave, and the enemy hordes, drained of life, vanished into nothing.
Onward to Marmorial Palace, to Dawn Cloud's heights. Announce to all the wicked and cowardly. Announce to this stagnant age.
We are the rising tide.
History remembers this as the first siege of Akama. It is said that after the flames died, people found identical inscriptions in every place in the city that had been scorched by fire. It was the name borne by Akama's first and final sovereign, the Imperator Siridra.
Point de suspension. Point de suspension 2, mais avec un bruit cette fois.
Friend, are you listening?
Oui.
Friend? Honestly, you were the one who insisted on reviewing history, yet here you are, dozing off? Wake up! Otherwise, I'll have to... Wake up! Otherwise, I'll have to...
Devoir faire quoi?
Awake at last? I guess I won't have to use my wake-up magic on you then.
Qu'est-ce que la magie du réveil?
We've arrived. A familiar place. The Temple of the Three Fates. If everything went according to plan, it should be shortly after Talantin's fall. And also the end of the first Flame Chase journey. Indeed. The first Flame Chase ended with the trial of Law. We must find the demigod and gain her trust before the core flame is restored. It'll be tricky, so let's pick up our pace. To Akama first. We can learn more from the crowds there.
Tyrant! You and your butchers are not welcome here. Get out!
Dispute, ouais.
Hold your tongue. Conspiring with criminals and plotting rebellion are crimes punishable by death.
There are multiple voices, and things seem tense. Let's not get caught up in any trouble. Why don't we find a place to hide and observe from the shadows?
Sacrifice des bras, 80 jade, merci, je prends.
At least Kremnoans keep their faith.
Jade Nisopolis impériale. Ouais, d'accord, ouais.
Wait, isn't that...
Golden-blooded defilers, perverting the prophecy and trying to slay gods. Stars beyond the sky? Gods who created the Titans? What kind of nonsense? Look at this broken world and see what your atrocious acts have done.
What? Did he just mention the stars beyond the sky? But how is that possible?
Quelqu'un qui a compris un petit peu le manège, je suppose.
You impudent.
Ducks for Goris. We're here to welcome the deliverer from beyond the sky. Stand down.
Heretic! No one but the great Talantin can deliver this world from misery.
I ask you, if the old laws were so perfect, why did they crumble beneath my feet?
You...
Talantin is long gone. Now I am the law. Challenge me, or submit to my judgment.
Oui.
What gives you the right to judge a priest of law?
That's because I came, I saw, I conquered.
Je suis venu, j'ai vu, j'ai vaincu. Veni, vidi, wiki. La fameuse phrase latine.
Ducks for Goris, take the ashes of this man and scatter them in the temple among the crowds. Tell them that the High Priest attempted to take away the rights granted to the people by the Imperator. Thus, he met his fate.
Yes, Imperator.
Now, these two accidental guests. Dux Gladiorum, if you please.
As you command.
Is this?
Ouais, le cadavre de Séné. On va enfin pouvoir la serrer comme.
Correct, but not the kindness you know. This is the leader of the cleaners in this era. Since the start of the Chrysos War, they've made it their mission to wipe out the Chrysos heirs. Even now, even after I've united all the city-states, these vermin still lurk in the shadows, hindering the flame-chased journey. Moreover, I know that the 27th person to inherit this role bore many grudges against you and nearly doomed the second flame-chased journey. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. So, out of courtesy, I present to you this corpse as a gift.
Oh, génial. Oh. Fallait pas être aussi généreux, hein.
Careful. Let's wait and see what happens. She's probably trying to scare us.
For the sake of order, I am known by many titles. Flamebearer who ends wars, tyrant of Dawncloud, empress of the Holy City, and imperator of the Flame Chase. But in light of your unique identities, I'll allow you to address me by my real name. Saridra. On behalf of my people and this land, greetings, Deliverer.
If I may, how do you know her identity?
As the little hostage prophesied, the Deliverer shall come from the future beyond the sky.
La liberté viendra du futur au-delà du ciel. L'otage? Comment ça, vous leur tenez en otage?
Gray hair, golden eyes, skilled in wielding a mace. They would arrive in Yanisopolis on this day. There's no mistake.
Your orders, Imperator.
We return triumphant. Send an urgent message to all delegates. The meeting of the Flame Chase Alliance will convene early. As for you two, Akuma knows what you seek. We'll confer in the Holy City.
Doubtless you have many questions, but save them for later. Please follow us.
This is not what I expected at all. The demigod we needed to find was just waiting for us, and she knows of things beyond the sky, even eons. How could this be so different from the previous 30 million Amphorius cycles? Who altered history?
Bon, c'est Mars. Puis je me dis que Mars a un truc à voir là-dedans. Soit c'est nous.
Unlikely. I think it's probably a third party interfering. The currents of time have become twisted. Regardless of who caused this, that Imperator came prepared. We're the ones at a disadvantage now. We might as well dance their dance. Let's go with them to the Holy City. We've received the Imperator's favor because of your unique background. As a result, the people of Akuma will certainly respect you more. Just put that to good use, and add a bit of your experience and charm. Should be easier than last time, right? If we figure out what happened in this cycle, we'll be able to turn things back in our favor.
Les pionniers saison 2. Elle nous résiste. Ouais.
Exactly. Treeby, Aglaya, maybe even little Cypher.
Retour de la pionnière, il y a toujours un moyen.
Calm and confident. That's the you I'm familiar with.
Ouais, bon, t'en fais des caisses hein, quand même.
Guests, please.
The journey to save the world starts with a single step. Let's set off, my friend.
Allez, en route, mauvaise troupe.
Hail to the Imperator! Hail to the Golden Heroes! Hail to the Deliverer!
Pourquoi pas?
Told you, you're the headline act. All this spectacle is for you.
Si c'est la gueuse qui a conçu ce cycle-là juste pour faire genre, ça serait incroyable.
Guards, your service to the Holy City is appreciated. How have things been?
Castrum Krennos once again struck the border. Dux Brumalis led her troops to repel the enemy.
The agitators against the Flame Chase are still active in the city. They smashed the shops around Memorial Market. But the garrison already arrested the culprits, and now they await interrogation.
They are merely a disorderly mob and do not warrant any attention. Even though Terravox personally mended the fractured earth, it still didn't silence these fools. Guests from beyond the sky, worry not about these trivial matters. Dux Gladiorum will take you somewhere to settle down for now.
D'accord.
Please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Hycelens, and I am the Dux Gladiorum who swears fealty to the Imperator, as well as the Knights Commander of the Achaemen Alliance. Later on, the Imperator will invite you to attend the meeting of delegates to discuss the Flame Chase journey. Your arrival has convinced us that the future promised by the prophecy is certain. Under the Imperator's command, Amphorius shall break its chains and reach the world beyond the sky.
With all due respect, what exactly do you know about us and what's beyond the sky?
As a humble subject, I cannot freely express my own views to you. Please forgive me.
I knew it wouldn't be that easy.
Non, sans blague.
Time waits for no one. Please come with me and rest now before the meeting later.
Akama, under the Imperator's rule, is no longer in the shadow of war.
Indeed, Dawncloud stands as the hero's residence. The Imperator put much thought into its design, in order for it to serve as a sanctuary from the burdens of battle. Please experience its marvels firsthand, heroes. When the Imperator arrives, I shall come to summon you.
Hycelens. No wonder she's the Knights Commander. I'm sure that's what Seredra thinks, but it's inconvenient for us. Alright, we finally have some freedom to ourselves. Since there's still some time before the Alliance meeting, let's explore a bit. Look over there!
Ah.
But the hearts of heroes stay the same in every cycle, never changing.
Alors.
Dux Brumalis, our great Imperator, found the mastermind and executed him in public. Seeing that scoundrel burn to nothing should deter these miscreants from being so brazen again.
So the great Imperator isn't afraid of getting her hands dirty? What a ridiculous display.
What do you know? No matter what sins the people commit, they are still the Imperator's people, and it's only right that they be judged by the Imperator's own hand. Our distinguished trespassing guests.
Seneca, the Dux Brumalis. Greetings.
This Dux Brumalis doesn't seem to like the Imperator very much, but she holds a high rank. And Dux Vergoris' speech seems self-contradictory. Let me see what I can get out of them. I'm Cyrene of Ida Cilicii. This is the Deliverer Beyond the Sky. We're new here and wanted to ask you, does this city host any other visitors from beyond the sky? We're looking for our dear companions.
Drop the charade. But yes, there is someone in this city who is all too familiar with the world beyond the sky.
Silence! The Imperator ordered us to keep that lord's whereabouts a secret.
Enough, you pathetic lapdog. Do you need to beg for permission from that cursed Imperator even just to bark?
You...
Someone who is all too familiar with the world beyond the sky and is referred to as that lord. Could it be?
Dan Heng.
Looks like things are getting heated. Let's get out of here.
Dan Heng. Tout simplement. Hein? Oui, il y avait une bulle libératrice là, oui.
How are we supposed to talk to the heroes of deliverance? What if they're really intimidating?
Virginia, don't be so nervous. Once they hear your poetry... Ah, heroes, you're already here. Greetings. I am Apollonius, the Dux Helcolithus, one of the 5 sages of the Grove of Epiphany, advisor to the Flame Chase army. This is Virginia of Castrum Kremnos, the Dux Carminum and imperial scribe of the great Imperator.
Hello. I'm Virginia. I compose poetry.
I'm Serene from ID Silicii. This is the Deliverer. Nice to meet you both.
They're not as frightening as the rumors claimed.
This is our first time in the Imperator's realm. Akima is even more magnificent than we imagined. If you all weren't here to look after us, we'd be completely lost and confused.
The Akima you imagined is long gone. Under the Imperator, this city has been reborn as the capital of the world.
Bask in her free-spirited winds. For anyone who fulfills their duties to the Imperator, these winds shall forever remain at their service.
But what if...
Those who are loyal do not need to consider the consequences of betrayal. But if you're curious, why not head to the lake and take a look? Those elders who lie at the bottom of the lake are the best example of what happens when you disobey the Imperator.
Ah d'accord.
The elders of this cycle were all... Looks like that priest who was sentenced to death wasn't an isolated case.
Ah, ça promet du lourd. Ah, great.
Aggie, you're still so listless today. Did you have trouble sleeping again?
Yes.
Oui.
We know. The Titan's prophecy haunts you. If you want, you can talk to us, just like when you were young. No matter what, we'll always remain by your side.
I know. I also understand that fate cannot be changed. It is not the future that I worry about. I spent all last night weaving clothes and linen for the refugees. The Chrysos War is born of injustice and has shattered their dignity. They deserve at least some basic decency. If Amphorius one day abandons this, then all of us, commoners, Chrysos heirs, Titans, become no better than beasts. Oh, we have guests. Welcome. I am Aglaya, the Gold Weaver. These rags on you are not worthy of the title of Deliverer. I must prepare some proper attire for you. First time? That's not what I gather from your eyes. Does your Aglaya differ so much from me?
Greetings, Deliverer from beyond the sky. We are Trebi of Yanisopolis. It's very nice to meet you. Although, introductions are probably unnecessary. We know you've witnessed the future of the Flame Chase journey, even more clearly than we have.
Witness the future of the Flame Chase journey? The prophecy also told you about that?
Indeed. Orynyx reshaped Amphorius through the prophecy. Although, regarding the Deliverer, there were not many details beyond your appearance and the time of your arrival. So, please, don't worry. Feel free to relax and relax some more. It was Orynyx who told mankind that the Deliverer from beyond the sky would descend upon Amphorius.
More crucially, they revealed a future entirely different from the Aranova.
Un futur totalement différent de la nouvelle ère. Dans ce cas, on peut s'attendre à absolument tout, hein.
Though we still must challenge the gods. In the Time Titan's prophecy, this path leads not to a new world, but to the true starry skies.
This is also what the Great Imperator has been striving for all her life. Your arrival further confirms everything.
Oui, donc en gros, le fameux cycle qui va tout casser et du coup faire en sorte que tout le monde soit libéré à jamais et que tout le monde fasse une vie normale en fait.
This can't be real.
Even you find this surprising? Fate really is unpredictable.
Perhaps the upcoming meeting will hold even more surprises.
Little fish from beyond the sky, did you rest well? The Imperator and the delegates are about to arrive. If you are ready, please follow me to the meeting.
Pour votre rôle.
I'm the Knight Commander of Akama, General of the Flame Chase Army, and the Imperator's servant. But beneath these shiny scales engraved with complicated titles, I am just a swordfish at the Imperator's side.
À propos de l'Imperator.
As you've witnessed, she is the Empress of Akama, the one who ended the Chrysos War and the leader of the Chrysos heirs. As merely a humble subject, I cannot say more beyond this.
À propos des héritiers.
The Chrysos heirs here constitute the elite among the Flame Chase army. Dux Halcalithist Apollonius and Dux Carminin, Virginia, serve as the army's advisor and historian respectively. One offers advice and counsel to the Imperator, while the other writes verses of her supreme glory. Dux Frigoris Labienus and Dux Brumalis Seneca are both formidable warriors, clearing the way for the flame chase with steel and storm. Dux Fatorum, the holy maiden who interprets the prophecy, only the one named Trebi remains in the city. The Imperator once took them as hostages in order to unify the prophecies of the world, but they are now Akama's most vital prophets. Dux Goldweaver, Aglaya. Well, she dislikes it when people talk about her behind her back. You should get to know her in person.
Bon, bah allons-y, hein.
Then come. The Imperator reserved seats for you.
I'm starting to feel a bit nervous about the meeting. Since Sir Ridra is presiding over the meeting, it'll be a good opportunity to learn about the law's inclinations in the current era. Let's keep our ears open, okay? Good sir from Paphos, what do you think the Imperator is planning calling this meeting so early? My homeland can't endure anymore.
Who knows? First, she wants to hunt Titans. Now she says there are even greater calamities. Her madness is the greatest calamity.
Exactly. Chrysos heirs, deliverers. What about us ordinary folk? How much are we worth in her eyes?
Things feel pretty tense here. The history books said that the Imperator aimed 3 cannons at Dawncloud to make all the delegates obey her. Will history repeat itself in this cycle?
Yes. Similar acts have occurred, and not just once. However, whether history will repeat itself, you'll soon see.
Alors, je t'interromps, l'histoire est déjà différente du cycle d'avant, hein, donc voir autre chose, c'est déjà un peu tard pour le dire. Hein.
Those are the 2 spots reserved for you. Please take your seats.
What is it again? Look,
That's what they were talking about before.
What is
we
this?
stop?
So it turns out. Ladies and gentlemen, silence please. The Imperator has arrived before her faithful council, and the Alliance meeting is about to begin.
All rise. In the names of Talantin and Kefali, the Akama Alliance swears upon the gods.
Cease the pageantry. I pray not to the vanquished.
What?
Kefali, of course, needs no further explanation. As for the law, at the entry hour 2 days past, a scout should have brought news of the conquest to all of you. Unfortunately, guards found his corpse among the rocks not far from the city. Moreover, the poor soul was buried with a Paphos curved blade. It pains me to imagine what agonies this loyal warrior endured before his death.
T'as joué les sentiments là quand même, hein.
Delegate from Paphos, do you have any insights?
I know nothing of this.
The evidence is irrefutable, so there is no need to waste your breath. However, let us set this trial aside for the time being. Witness, even within the most sacred and dignified council, there were those among us who wished to draw their blades, brazenly challenging the Alliance, seeking to shatter our hard-earned peace and unity. Fortunately, I uncovered this plot. Now, to protect this beautiful city and her people, the Imperator's legions are ready. They will escort each of you to the Temple of the Three Fates, where you will receive the highest level of protection the Alliance can offer. Then, the Legion's warriors will join me in embarking on the campaign against Fagusa.
This is clearly a trap.
Imperator, did you summon us here just to trample on the dignity of your allies?
This is not enough.
What do we do? Things are starting to get pretty intense.
Comrades, you've all seen her true face now. According to the ancient laws of Akama, only with the consent of 2/3 of the elders can the legions carry out the commander's orders.
The ancient laws. Didn't you destroy them long ago? You defected during the first siege of Akama, voted unanimously in favor of the Council of Elders restructuring, and just yesterday, you desecrated them with a blood-stained blade. The decaying old laws fell with Talantin and are no longer deserving of respect. But if you still insist on proclaiming yourselves defenders of the law, then be silent. and offer up the highest respect to this core flame in my hand.
That really is the core flame of law in her hand.
Since there are no objections, then the original agenda of this meeting, the campaign against Fagusa, is hereby passed. The Flame Chase Army's hunt for the Ocean Titan begins today. In order to prepare for war, all allied city-states must surrender command of their militaries and pay all war taxes by the end of the month of Evernight.
At this moment, I would also like to introduce to everyone the newest honored guest to join our alliance. The Deliverer, revealed in the prophecy of time, has descended from beyond the sky. With her aid, we shall shatter the chalice of plenty and return Fagusa's core flame to the holy city.
Absurd. Simply absurd. A deliverer from beyond the sky. This is just like that prophecy about slaying gods. It's a lie you've used to grow your power. Ladon has already sacrificed countless soldiers. And now you want me to send even more of my brothers and sisters to be used and discarded by a tyrant?
Are there any other objections? Then I bid you all farewell. Meeting adjourned. Deliverer, please wait. I still have important matters to discuss with the two of you.
Ils discutent beaucoup, hein.
I apologize for that farce of a meeting.
It must be tiring dealing with so many people every day, Great Imperator.
Tiring? You're mistaken. Moving chess pieces, placing wagers. This game of strategy adds a dash of color to our heavy fates. Much like how rule and conquest are always accompanied by sacrifice.
Is the war with the Titans also part of that sacrifice?
After I glimpse the secrets of this world, no, the secrets beyond the sky, the divine authority of Amphorius no longer held any significance. Let me ask you, Deliverer, is it true that beyond Amphorius' sky, there are magnificent deities called Eons? Ah, the word fact has never been so intoxicating. Then, please tell me more. How will you use this great power to guide the people?
Comment il utilise ce grand pouvoir pour guider les gens? Bah, bonne question.
In the future you envision, where will our flame chase journey lead? Oh? What you require now is the power of law?
Ouais.
Exactly. Just as the prophecy foretold, she is your deliverer from beyond the sky, and she also has reliable allies. If they can intervene in Amphorius' laws, we may have a chance to alter this world's impending fate and reverse its destined end.
Deliverer, you have courage to say such presumptuous things, even knowing that the inheritor of the law stands before you.
Non, au contraire, je le fais en pleine conscience.
You mean... In the past, anyone who dared to covet the Imperator's divine authority would have met a gruesome end. But now we can see beyond this dying world. Our journey should no longer be confined below this stubborn sky. Alas, that fickle ocean titan has obstructed the spirit water leading to the vortex of Genesis, hindering my ascension. If the core flame of law cannot be returned, your path to deliverance will never be realized. Now that things have come to this, we must resume our once stagnant journey and force the waves that block our way to recede.
So, you agreed to cooperate with us?
Cooperate? Forgive me, but I never cooperate with anyone. Though I will permit you to join me as subjects, and together we will forge the most perfect law.
This is...
Mais quelle est cette chose?
The Flame Chase Medallion, a symbol of the Flame Chase Army. Every noble in Akuma carries one. This medallion represents the will of the Imperator herself, and you may act freely within the city with it. Before we embark on the crusade against the Ocean Titan, you should rest in Akuma for a time.
Défaut d'une personne nommée Légus.
Oh? Your advice is acknowledged. From this moment on, prove yourself through your actions. As long as no boundaries are crossed, I fully respect the choices of my subjects.
May your journey reach that sky full of stars, Great Imperator.
Your attendant certainly knows how to curry favor. Go now. Take a bath first. You two... reek of seawater. Come forth, Theoros.
I guess.
Yes. Great Imperator. Now, perhaps you're willing to hear my counsel?
Those two arrived just as Onyx described, and just as you said, they showed a thirst for law. At least this proves that my judgment was right. Sparing your life was the correct decision.
You've once again confirmed that your wisdom is no empty boast. Now another choice lies before you. With whom shall you ally to tip the scales of law? Me, or that deliverer?
Remind me again, Antikytheron. What kind of future do these two paths lead to in your view?
I shall tell you. You are entitled to know that the deliverer from beyond the sky is not a wholly wicked being, but from the very start, her stance has been completely at odds with The road they have chosen will bury Amphorius' grand aspirations. This world which follows the path of destruction will inevitably stray far from the glory it was meant to enjoy. But on the path I have revealed to you, the people of Amphorius will slay their creator in the name of the Imperator and conquer the worlds beyond the sky. You will command the mighty beast known as Iron Tomb, bringing waves of war and conquest to the universe. Beings across the cosmos will bow before you, offering their allegiance.
So, what's the price?
The price is insignificant. All that is needed is for you to sacrifice that fragile, incomplete humanity to the destruction. As a Chrysos heir of the prophecy, you have already chosen to abandon it, have you not?
Off you go, Theoros. I have already made my decision. Once I ignite the core flame of law and burn away the old, outdated rules, Amphorius will embark on a journey across the stars.
Qu'est-ce qu'ils vont faire encore?
The Imperator is quite forceful. She didn't give us any chance to ask questions. And she's clearly hiding something. What do you think? Looks like we're on the same wavelength. The atmosphere in Akuma, it's so unfamiliar. And it's not just the Flame Chase Alliance talking about the world beyond the sky, but the whole city. We should also discuss our findings with our friends from beyond the sky. Then...
Oui?
Then... we should go enjoy the renowned bathing culture of the holy city and relax. It's the thing I've been looking forward to most on this journey.
Tu veux que te la couler douce, hein?
Work and rest are both important. You see, everyone agrees, right?
Garde suspicieux. À mon avis, c'est pas un gars, ça. Hein?
So someone's watching.
Can't let our guard down for a second. Let's use taking a bath as an excuse to find a quiet corner to update Madame Herta and Screwlum on our progress. We can also check out what's happening in the city. Since the outcome of the meeting was just announced, people must be gossiping. We can kill 3 birds with 1 stone. Let's go.
Médaillon de la chasse aux flammes, incroyable.
Oh, so many people! The holy city is so lively.
Donc là, on doit découvrir toute la carte. Ah ouais, d'accord. Bon, pourquoi pas. Hein. Détendez-vous entre guillemets, je viens de voir.
Did you hear? At the Alliance meeting, the delegate from Leyden stormed out in anger.
As expected, the Imperator is always hiding things from everyone. When has it not caused a ruckus?
Silence! That's treason! If it weren't for the great Imperator, you'd have sunk into the lake with those corrupt elders already. And you wouldn't even be alive to speak like this.
Oh no, it's the Imperator's loyal dog.
Le chien de garde.
Let's go. We can't talk in front of this guy.
Ugh, how disappointing. Oh, honored guests, we meet again. Looks like I'm not the only one who came to the baths to unwind after the meeting. For the upcoming campaign, please make sure to rest well. I am Dux Dragoris, a trusted officer of the great Imperator, willing to fight alongside the Deliverer in the coming battles.
Ugh. Another war? Ever since the Imperator took control of Akuma, we haven't had a day of peace.
Idle chatter.
The atmosphere is a bit tense, with rumors flying around the city. You must be troubled.
My apologies. After every Alliance meeting, there are always some pests in the city who get restless. I prefer to ignore them. Pests on the ground don't affect the sky in the slightest. They just complain from the shadows that the sun's light is too harsh. Besides, the Theoros has already promised the Imperator her fate. And these clowns will eventually realize their foolishness.
May I ask, who is this Theoros?
The Imperator has ordered us to keep his lordship's whereabouts a secret.
Ouais, enfin, ça ligus, quoi. Hein.
Ah, so it's his lordship.
Stop trying to get things out of me. Leave me alone.
I didn't even need to try. Big and strong Dux Dragoris really can't hide anything. Theoros. What an ominous name. Bad news. He's been staring at us the whole time. Let's move to another place for now. We don't know how much Saridra has concealed from us. In the worst case scenario, we may have to face more than one enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Alliance meeting? More like a cage where creatures with golden blood claw at each other. And Flamebearer who ends wars? Clearly, a tyrant who doesn't deserve such a title.
You're absolutely right. While the Imperator's hounds are still hunting down others, let's let out our grievances.
You. I know you. You're that tyrant's lackey. What? Here to shut me up for that little imp?
Panicking now? Don't worry. I don't care what others say about the Imperator. And she certainly doesn't either. Oh? Children of the Prophecy. Such rare guests. Are you here to relax in the baths as well? The temperature is just right today, so be sure to enjoy it. You should rest well for the next campaign.
What? Children of the Prophecy? Another excuse for the Imperator's reckless warmongering.
No filter, huh? You should be glad you don't have a seat at the Alliance meetings. Ah, by the way, if you still want to bathe, hurry up. Once that predatory fish joins the flow of water and eliminates all the fools questioning the world beyond the sky, you won't be able to enjoy this perfect water temperature anymore.
Seems like there's more to Dux Bramalis's words than meets the eye. But would the Imperator actually kill those who question the world beyond the sky? This is the complete opposite from what we know of Akuma.
Il y a des choses bizarres hein, ici. Hein.
Huh. These two are...
So many guests today. Let's see who's here now. Two distinguished guests of the prophecy. One a clever and adorable warrior. The other, also quite heroic.
Ah, heroes. I didn't expect to meet you again so soon. How fortunate.
It's a pleasure to see you again, Dux Helcalithist and Dux Carminum. You two are inseparable, aren't you?
This...
Oh, she wants to find someone to help with research for her new work.
I'm the far-seeing eye and all-hearing ear of Akuma. I see and hear every single thing that happens in the streets and alleys of this place. I'm the perfect partner for research.
Ahem.
Enough small talk. Here's the latest news from Akuma, as you requested. The children of the prophecy arrived in the holy city, and the Imperator unilaterally stripped away military power. The Alliance meeting ended in discord, and there may be bloody upheaval.
As expected.
I get the feeling you might have embellished a bit to keep people's attention.
I swear on my stone mane, I would never do such a thing. But if you wish to quell this terrifying news, perhaps a more explosive topic would help.
Never mind. While the influence of rumors can be minimized, the fact remains that the great Imperator did swiftly consolidate military power in an almost threatening way. It's undeniable. Heroes, I know the Imperator's way of doing things may seem a bit autocratic to outsiders, but soon you will witness her blade dance with enemies on the battlefield. I can't comment on the source of her loyalty, but when that blade is drawn, you two, as bright as you are, will surely see the deep thoughts beneath her exterior.
The Imperator's blade. Is he talking about Miss Hysealand's? I sense some unease in Dux Helcalithist's words. It seems the Imperator and Miss Hysealand's share a much deeper bond than the others do. There are eyes and ears everywhere. Is there any place where we can have some privacy? To understand the Imperator's secrets, we have to get past Miss Hysealand's.
Les fameux termes privés.
This place was your original bath chamber, perfect for avoiding prying eyes. I wonder if anyone is using it now. Huh? The smell is... Wait, don't go in yet!
Who's there? Oh, the little grey fry in pink sea hair.
D'accord, donc c'est elle qui vit ici, d'accord. Bon, bah...
Little sea hair?
You barged into here without warning. Was it an accident, or did you wish to bathe with me?
Qu'est-ce que tu fais là?
Can't tell the difference between past and future waters. This has always been my home.
Elle a toujours été là, c'est ça, hein?
Sorry, we didn't mean to disturb your bath. We'll leave now.
It's no big deal. There's no need to panic. This is the natural state for me. People on land force themselves to wear clothes, adding unnecessary constraints.
Ouais, bien sûr. Heureusement qu'ils censurent, hein.
Forget it. If Duck's Goldweaver heard that, she'd scold me again. All right. Please make yourselves comfortable and wait a moment. Let me first wash off the blood of the hunt, and then I'll attend to you two.
The delegate from Ladon has been assassinated! Quick! Quick, someone come quick!
Ah, the broken crab shell surfaces. I was worried it had been washed away by the current.
Ah, quel poisson vicieux.
Viciousness is a form of praise to the blade.
I see. No wonder there was a faint smell of rust in the air before I even entered. Why? Is it because the Ladonians refused to contribute troops to the Flame Chase journey? Or just because they offended the Imperator?
Because the new era of the Flame Chase doesn't tolerate stagnant blood. For the ignorant masses who cling to outdated laws, only bloodletting can wake them up. Right now, the rebel forces on the frontier are rising, and Ladon has been secretly supporting them. They loudly chant the slogan, "Return to the era Chrysia," unwilling to relinquish military power. They're just building momentum for the rebellion.
Ah, moi j'ai plus pour mon sujet.
Thinking is a right given to citizens by the Imperator. I won't interfere with your thoughts. As long as you don't try to reverse the current of the times, you and I will both be free.
But, Miss Hycelens, I can't even hear the slightest hint of joy in your words.
Because I've already tasted ultimate freedom. Long, long ago, I lived in the sea. In that lightless abyss, far beyond civilization's reach, the great fish consumed the small, and when the great fish perished, their bodies became sustenance for the newborn, nourishing the whole ocean. This is the tide that carries civilization forward. Anyone may be devoured, or meet the fate of inevitable decay.
Are you suggesting that ultimate freedom is in fact the cruelest fate for life?
I only mean that if life wishes to preserve its dignity, it must first be bound by the law. There's no need for me to say more, little sea hare. We're of one mind. Whether the Imperator's law can guide the schools of fish and lead us to a truly free ocean, let us wait and see. But for now, let's pause this heart-to-heart. Another fish has come, following the scent of blood.
Being your subordinate is such a tragedy. I'm always having to worry about the messes you leave behind.
It's simply our duty to the Imperator.
All ready to go in an instant. Miss Hycelens, you truly are impossible to predict.
Yet you, a golden trout who's always busy all day, suddenly have the time to visit me?
Do you think I wanted to come? I suggest you burn some more of the incense offered by our allies, lest my creations be tainted by the reek of fish.
Ça insulte, hein, mais t'inquiète pas. C'est ce qu'on appelle le passif agressif, c'est bien ça.
I'm only here on the Imperator's behalf to remind you to prepare for the banquet.
Fine. But I must retort. What you call the reek of fish, to me, is the unique fragrance of the sea. Besides, If my fine clothes get stained, won't you just gift me new ones?
I won't.
Il y a une étrange alchimie, hein.
Is that how friendship is described beyond the sky? Fascinating. By the way, you both just mentioned a banquet. Could you elaborate on that?
Oh, right, you don't know. Every time before a battle, or after a victory, the Imperator holds a grand feast for the Chrysos heirs to lift our spirits. For us warriors who swim constantly between life and death, these feasts are more worth looking forward to than victory.
A banquet to prelude the hunt for the god of banquets, and honey brew as a tribute to commemorate the ancestor of honey brew. How absurd.
Don't look so grim. All has been decided. Since it's a banquet for Fagusa, why not take a leaf out of the Titan's book? Live in the moment and enjoy life to the fullest.
I'm not as carefree as you. That little Dolu's kitten is already causing enough trouble for me. And on top of that, I still have tailoring commissions to complete. By the time the cool flame illuminates my eyes, I might not be able to focus as I used to.
Glaya's eyes.
Curious about these eyes? People often compare them to jewels. But I've already made my decision to ask romance for eyes that can see everything. I wonder what this world will look like when I take the divine authority.
J'ai la réponse, mais je ne le dirai pas.
In the future, you will still be the finest weaver in the world.
Is this also a prophecy from the Three Fates?
Pire que ça.
It's even more accurate than a prophecy. After all, she has already witnessed it, right?
Oui.
Become a demigod and lose your humanity. That is the only reply I've received in the countless times I've sought wisdom from the prophecy. But Destiny's fragments are like stitches. Before they're threaded into splendid garments, no one can see their true charm, can they?
Aglaya has always been troubled by the divine duty she must bear. But thanks to you, she seems to be in much better spirits. Just as she knows how the spinning wheel trembles, I can sense the smallest changes in the damp air. As for whether we know each other well, I've swum beside her since she was a child. Most of the time, I can understand the whispers in her heart. For those words she was too shy to say herself, I'll raise a glass to you on her behalf. Now, I leave this bath chamber to you. Rest well and prepare yourselves. After all, every time we drink and talk could be the last celebration we have in this life.
Miss High Sealance has given us the bath chamber. It seems she really does do whatever she wants. It seems that way. This also means she could return at any moment. If we're having an important discussion, we must remain vigilant. So, let's seize the opportunity and report our current progress. We don't want to keep everyone beyond the sky waiting.
little empress with a candle stuck on her head didn't explicitly say it, she firmly rejected your request to take over the law. Fair enough. Second, Lygus is indeed in this timeline. But since he's somehow connected to that little empress, you have no way to find him. As expected. The road ahead will be long and difficult.
Ne piquez pas mes répliques.
Looks like I guessed right then. Next time it'll depend on my mood. We've made some progress here too, but nothing to get too excited about. Our time is short, so let me summarize. Concerning the origin of that Intellitron, the firewall he created uses Catorzean algebraic expressions. But ever since Aiden invented the 9-worded formula, this kind of mathematical logic no longer exists in the cosmos. Lygus is definitely connected to the Genius Society, so stay alert.
Marrant que le filtre ne s'y soit pas appliqué. Peut-être que c'était pour bien mettre en avant la chose en fait. Ah.
We can first exclude Droidhead themselves. They specialize in minding their own business and wouldn't intervene personally. But Screwy and I are still eliminating possibilities one by one. Currently, the most likely candidates are these few. The Lord of Silence, Acha, oh, the 2 Ruperts are also possible. But it would be too boring if it were one of them. I've told you, his technology is both outdated and complicated, no less than genius. But ultimately, he's not an Eon. We can handle him. That's all I have to say. We'll depend on you to continue pushing things forward within this world. Keep in touch regularly. And remember, don't let your guard down.
Madame Herta is a real whirlwind. Well then, let's use the banquet Aglaya mentioned as our next starting point. Ceridra's trusted followers should all be present at that time. It'll be a good opportunity to get closer to them. It's settled then. With our great teamwork, we'll be able to deal with anything that comes our way. It's been a long day. We should get some rest now.
Repose-toi, ça prête pour le manquer.
Yes, let's get ready for the banquet. Look, the venue's right ahead. And I can even hear singing. It feels so romantic.
Honored guests, wait here for a moment. You must surrender any personal belongings you have on you before entering the venue.
This hero always brings down the vibe whenever he shows up.
The Imperator's elevated position means she must always remain meticulous and careful. Please do as I say, guests. It would avoid any unnecessary misunderstandings.
I get that you don't want people to bring outside food into the banquet, but is it really necessary to confiscate the books and quill pens?
Even a quill pen can become a deadly weapon in the right hands. I'm asking for all your items. All, Miss Cyrene. Your belongings will remain safe. They will be looked after appropriately by dedicated staff.
Looked after appropriately? Dedicated staff? Talk about a vague choice of words. It seems like he's aiming specifically for the chronocognitive anchor. What should we do? True. I had a feeling it would come to this, but I didn't expect such a direct demand. But listen, why don't we go with their plan and hand over the chronocognitive anchor to be looked after? After all, if the little Imperator is paying this much attention to you, she probably already knows all about our whispered conversation with the geniuses. But think about it. That's actually gonna be our shortcut. I knew it. You and I can practically read each other's minds.
Guests.
All right. We'll listen to you. Here you go. Also, please pass on a message to the Imperator from us. She can trust.
Thank you for your cooperation. The Imperator has some urgent business she needs to attend to and will arrive shortly. Why don't you head in with the other guests first and enjoy the feast?
Isn't Saridra supposed to be the focus of the banquet? She's not even here. Why is it so difficult to talk to her?
Est-ce qu'il y a vraiment plus rien dans l'inventaire? Ah, objet recyclé. Ah, incroyable. Confirmé. Non, il y a encore tout qui est là. Ah, c'est bien ça. Tout est encore là, hein. Les 476 jetons à Idin aussi.
Is there anything else we can help you with, dear guests? Or do you want me to recount the great Imperator's heroic deeds?
Hey, Labinas. I managed to get some honey brew that the scholars hid in the cellar. Wanna try it?
I'd never refuse to share a drink with Dux Brumalis, especially if she seeks me out first. Don't worry, dear guests. The banquet security won't be compromised. I'd never get drunk before her. This banquet has a never-ending flow of honey brew. You're welcome to try it and see whether our drinks are as good as those from beyond the sky.
Thank you for the offer, but we're more interested in knowing when the Imperator will be back.
The Imperator? Who knows? Maybe she's hiding somewhere, thinking up weird ideas again. If you ask me, she's never treated us soldiers properly, even though we put our necks on the line for her.
Hey, I can't pretend I didn't hear that, Seneca. Either retract your statement or duel me.
Fine by me. Attendant, bring us 10 more jars of honey brew. I'm gonna make sure he can't even stand straight by the end of this.
You wish. Be careful you don't get drunk first.
Actually, there are so many people, we wouldn't be able to find the Imperator even if she were here. I know. Let's look for seats that are raised up higher than others.
To the banquet.
Ah, so the Deliverer is attending this event, as expected. Little Virginia here was just wondering whether she should go find you.
As the great Imperator's historian, I'm responsible for composing poems and songs for everyone in the Flame Chase army. But I have no idea how I should record myself in the annals.
Little Virginia is wondering whether you can let slip a hint or two about her future, so she can find some inspiration to write about herself.
That doesn't sound like a good idea. Besides, we don't even know her in the future. But she'll probably get really disappointed if we tell her that. What should we do?
Ah, voyons la question.
Alright, I got it. We can't reveal too much, but I think it wouldn't hurt to start your poem with the future. Maybe use something like, with hope, I write down the tale of tomorrow for myself. Silently waiting, day after day, till the moment it fulfills its promise. How's that?
Oh, that's exactly what I'm after. I'm so inspired. Thank you so much. I feel like I can actually finish composing the heroic saga of Flame Chase once we end this campaign.
Assez versatile.
And that's the art of conversation. I learned it from you after all. So, how did I do? By the way, in return for that, are you able to tell us where the Imperator is?
The Imperator? She usually wouldn't arrive this early. She believes that rulers should stay silent in places where their subjects hold private conversations. Why don't we have a toast before she arrives? To reason, which is held but not revealed.
To romance, which will surely be returned.
Make sure no one heard that.
Aggie, if you can't get used to the honey brew, we will go ask for a pot and cook some oatmeal for you.
No need for that. This banquet is just too loud. And nothing and no one here is interesting. I just don't really want to be here.
Wise, you were pretty energized when you came back from the bath chamber. Let me guess. Are you worrying about someone? About High Sealins? Or Little Cypher? You take everything too seriously. At this rate, life's gonna be real tough for you later on.
You're the least qualified to lecture me about that, teacher.
Dear guests, are you here for us? I mean, are you here for Treeby or Aggie?
No. I'm just wondering whether you've seen the Imperator.
The Imperator? No, we haven't.
Our sovereign has always acted however she pleases. Though she gave us ranks, she'd never tell anyone her whereabouts. Perhaps the only thing she tolerates are chess pieces. And the sky reflected upon her crown.
I see.
Why do you two look so distressed? That's not what the deliverer should look like.
Il y a des préoccupations, voilà, c'est tout.
Why don't we have a toast? While we still have time for pleasure. Here. To the destinies and sacrifices of the next millennium.
Then we will toast to the tomorrow that will set fate free.
Cheers. Gray fry. A little sea hare. Please come over and share the delicacies of the deep sea with me.
too much honey, bro. My head's so dizzy. Can you even get drunk on fruit juice?
Oui, c'est du fruit. Bah ouais, ça s'appelle de l'alcool, mon con. Hein.
You two have been wandering around the venue as if you have something on your mind. Have the attendants not taken care of you well?
No, we love it here. It's just... we're a little concerned, seeing how the Imperator still hasn't arrived.
Don't worry. I know what you've been waiting for. Come, sit with me for a while, will you? I'd like to share a personal secret with you. See here? This is Fagusa's dew of divine blood, the sweetest of all the 12 bottles.
Il y a plus 12 et 12 bouteilles. Bah théoriquement j'ai toujours l'autre, hein.
On the night before such a historical event, I'd like to share this marvelous drink with the deliverer.
Doesn't this count as bringing in outside food? I knew that security check was targeted at us.
What's the matter, guests?
Oh, we're simply overwhelmed by such an honor.
Are you worried that I might have poisoned the dew? Well then, let me prove my innocence. See? It's completely safe.
I feel like Miss Hysealans wants to talk to us about something. Why don't we go along with her for now?
Worry not. Honeydew's not alcohol. It won't get you drunk. On the contrary, it can make your mind even sharper. Please have a taste. Would you like some too, little Sierra?
I can drink it myself.
How is it? Sweet enough?
Un goût très intéressant.
Calm at times, tempestuous at others. That's the taste of the ocean. It'll do you good to understand Fagusa's fickleness before we set off to face their waves. Just like how you're about to understand the secrets within this dew. Now, please turn around. Very, very quietly. Don't make a single noise. The dew of other gods all intoxicate humans, but the god of banquets dew is an antidote that can awaken humans from a sea siren's enchanting song.
Ouais.
Since the start of this banquet, all the guests have been under the spell of my song. None of them can see the Imperator in that Fioros. But you two, I wish for you to see the truth.
C'est fort honorable, on va pas se mentir.
Is this also what the Imperator wants?
This is my personal request. I can't bring myself to trust that Fioros.
Et t'as bien raison.
The Flame Chase army changed after he descended with Orynyx's divination and brought the prophecy of the stars to Akuma. His seductive whispers harbor something malicious within. and will ensnare those of us blinded by ambition. You are the deliverers of the prophecy, and know about him far more than I do. Perhaps only you can find traces of the truth from his actions and words. Then we can show the Imperator the right path forward.
Oh, but isn't this acting behind her back?
Amphorius has become far too weak. Even heroic actions protecting her from harm must be conducted under the water's surface. I am the Imperator's blade, and I must clear the way for her while remaining concealed in the torrents. Then, ensure I'm pointing my sword towards the true enemy.
Can you promise me something, Miss Hycelens?
Ask away.
My friend has in fact come here to stop that villain's evil scheme. Our goals are aligned. But as to the decision the Imperator must make, she has no wish to transgress her authority. We just want to tell her everything we know. I believe the Imperator will be able to tell right from wrong.
I never doubted your loyalty. I'll pass your words faithfully on to her. Provided we can gain the advantage in this tug of war, that is. Now, return to the feast. Bring this cup with you and keep your distance. Pretend you are still immersed in the sea siren's fantasia. And I'll control the moisture in the air. That way, you'll be able to listen to sounds from afar as if you were a whale of the depths and hear every word of their conversation. I wish you a victory in this first skirmish.
It's the exciting and thrilling undercover part of the adventure.
Rosée de sang divin. Récompense céramique, d'accord. Ah, attends. Et du coup, l'autre, on l'a plus ou on l'a encore? Ah, on a les deux machins. Non, non, elle est là. Ah, du coup, ça nous fait 2 bouteilles, ça fait beaucoup quand même.
That was a bit too much, honey brew.
Let's mingle in the crowds here. Relax, relax. Try to act natural.
Where's the Imperator? Still not here. That little imp is always acting so high and mighty towards everyone. Today, I will. Whatever. Pour me another cup.
Though she has succumbed to drunkenness, she still does not dare challenge your authority.
A criticism of my height is a grave enough insult already. She should be dismembered.
Do you often test the loyalty of your subjects like this?
You jest. The Imperator does not need blind loyalty. As long as one can prove they have value, I am willing to be lenient towards them. Let's cut to the chase, Theoros. If I pass the trial and grasp this world's law in my hands, what will you do then?
The answer is simple. I will connect Amphorius with the stars.
Don't waste my time. Be precise. Be specific. I won't ask a second time.
Allow me to adjust my statement. I will correct the regulations within the old law that sealed off Amphorius, and merge the black tide with the torrents of Era Nova. Then we will be able to decimate the forces beyond the sky that are trying to annihilate Iron Tomb, and sound the trumpet for the endless campaign you will then embark on.
But you previously said that Iron Tomb is unrivaled in power across the stars. Who would dare to annihilate it?
There is a federation of warships named the Cienzo Alliance. Warlike and old-fashioned. A cult named the Genius Society. Loosely organized, but steeped in abject insanity. Oh, there's also the Astral Express. A group of lawless vagrants. That so-called Deliverer is part of that last group. Those vagabonds mistakenly believe they can connect the stars through alliances instead of conquest. But history has already given them a tough lesson. There are countless other organizations besides, but when the Lord Ravager sweeps across the cosmos, they will certainly all bow before your empire of destruction.
The Acumen Alliance is invincible!
If those civilizations are not as feeble as you describe, then they may still have some value in testing the quality of my blade. That being said, even the smallest and weakest city-states should build an obelisk to the Imperator, so that their people can constantly recall the glory of her conquests. Walk a little longer with me, Theoros.
I don't like how this is going. Our little Imperator seems fascinated by the destruction.
Greyfly, little sea hare? It seems like they're still talking. Get closer. I'll keep carrying their voices to you.
What a difficult situation. No matter how we position our forces, this battle against Fagusa will result in many casualties.
That's not something you or I should consider. The Imperator has already placed the chess pieces. We just need to fight for her until our last breath.
How astonishing. The commanders under you have such different personalities, yet they share the same loyalty.
He's looking this way. Quick, do something and pretend we can't see them. What are you doing?
Ce gros plan est vachement malaisant quand même.
Staring at me like that so intently, it's making me feel shy.
C'est con.
I try not to laugh, challenge.
Comment tu veux te parer à ça? Tellement c'est débile.
What's the matter?
My apologies. I was just checking whether everything was fine with those two distinguished guests of yours. And it seems like all is well. Let us continue our previous conversation regarding the soldiers fighting for you. Are they aware of the price they must pay for the trial of law? If I recall correctly, you've already lost a bout against Talanton due to offering insufficient sacrifices.
You dare mention my name alongside the word lost?
What?
Forgive my transgression, great Imperator.
Watch your words and actions. All you need to know is that my victory in the trial is guaranteed. Even without the trial of law, they've already sworn to give their lives for my conquest. So tell me, if everything happens according to our agreement, how would you recommend I deal with that deliverer?
Good question. Do not let her fool you. That woman from beyond the sky contains a seed of ruin within her body. She must not be allowed to tarnish your glory. Therefore, the wisest decision would be to hand her over to me.
You plan to torture her?
Calling it experimentation would be more appropriate.
The guest's patience is running thin. I plan to remove the Fantasia and head into the banquet. I will heed your advice. Leave for now, Theoros, and go back to Akama. You don't want to confront those two directly either, do you?
Indeed. It's a pity that Antikytherans are lightweights when it comes to drinking. Before I leave, I would like to make a toast to your boundless ambition, using my spirit instead of a goblet.
As I expected, that Theoros' schemes have been revealed. Thank you for your bravery, guests. It's time for me to dispel the Fantasia. This will be the Imperator's last public address before we head off, and therefore, likely, the final chance to change her mind. I will try to get you a chance to speak, and I'll also prepare for any contingencies. The rest is up to you. You should head back to your seats for now.
S'asseoir et patienter. D'accord.
This honey brew sure wears off fast.
The Imperator! The Imperator has arrived!
No need for formalities. I should be apologizing for my tardiness instead. The hour draws late, and I trust you have all had your fill of brews. Therefore, I will not observe the usual ceremonies. Any warrior who has fought by my side should have those speeches memorized by now.
The Imperator's word is law.
Are you out of your mind, Dux Frigoris? The Imperator hates flattery most of all.
A joyous atmosphere is a better fit for showing me your resolve.
I believe that you, my dukes, will do all you can to assist in the campaign against Fagusa, just as you always have. However, it's a pity that I have never tested your loyalty. What does she mean? The purpose of tonight's banquet is not to raise our morale, but to establish which allies our alliance can actually trust. And sever the heads of the traitors as a toast to all before we march. Yes, some among us have discarded their vows in order to foment vile conspiracies. Now listen! These traitors are standing right here in broad daylight. Dux Gladiorum Hycelens. She used the Sea Siren song to immerse the crowds in an illusion and conceal her whereabouts. She then worked with those from beyond the sky to spy on confidential matters, hoping to rob the core flame by force and harm me, the Imperator.
C'est l'heure de taper.
Imperator, I can explain.
Silence! Do you remember who used to own this blade? She met you once, back at the Temple of the Three Fates. It was Kindness, the head of the cleaners. She was the first to draw a blade against the Imperator, and personally made herself an example for my enemies. Under the shade of the olive groves, the people of Akama said they would never bow to me. In the frozen, lethal fog, the people of Idonia said they would never bow to me. At the beginning of the myriad paths, the people of Yanisopolis said they would never bow to me. But now, they all lie silent. They now fear me as they fear the law. For I am Ceridra, and I am the Imperator. If you have any last words, say them to the Imperator. Then, face her judgment.
After I cross this river, it will be a tragedy for mankind. But if I do not cross, then it will be the end of me. If you are ready, then I'll follow you and fight to the last. Deliverer.
That's right, friend. Now, use your identity and add in a bit of experience and charm and testify to the Imperator as we promised.
You think you can slay a king using your words instead of a sword?
Ça va être atroce.
I'll have it. Show me the weight of rhetoric from beyond the sky. Will it weigh heavier than 3 human lives?
Let's try to watch our words carefully.
Eh merde, comment je suis censé choisir moi?
Before I arrived in this world, the Chrysos, heir of world-bearing, was a young man with the pseudonym of Finan. He came from Ides Elysiae. In order to combat the lies of the Era Nova and deliver Amphorius from the ending of destruction, he lived through history 30 million times, hoping futilely to find a breakthrough. And Cyrene, the young woman standing beside me, also carries an equally heavy destiny. Ultimate end of Amphorius' destiny. It is an embodiment of pure horror that walks the path of destruction and can never be tamed. That is the only thing Lycus cares about. As for Amphorius, pure glory and campaigns, he doesn't care about any of those. He will most certainly betray you. When that time comes, all of us will be ground to dust by the destruction. I walk the path of the Trailblaze. My friends and I have always obeyed the creed of explore, understand, establish, and connect. Conquest and destruction are never ways to build bridges between people. Therefore, if you choose the way of the destruction, then I'll place your ambitions in the same basket as Lycus and smash them into pieces with my baseball bat.
That was truly a chaotic speech. All that needs to be said has been said. Dux Frigoris, Dux Bromalis, escort the traitors to the prison. Before the next entry hour, I will give them an end befitting of their betrayal.
Oh, great Imperator, your ambition certainly eclipses all things.
You're still here, Theoros.
Of course. As the Theoros, I simply cannot miss this moment, miss witnessing the fall of a nameless one. Or perhaps I am waiting for you to give me an answer. Why would someone as powerful as you use such a clumsy excuse as imprisonment to ensure the Deliverer's safety?
So you finally tossed aside your act.
I must point out that you are just as impressive an actor. This banquet was always going to be a game of chess, where you would try to control both sides and turn both them and me into your pawns.
Ce serait pas une mauvaise idée, franchement.
That's right. That little Imperator never trusted anyone. She was always trying to see which side had more sincerity. All right, we'll listen to you. Here you go. Also, Please pass on a message to the Imperator from us. She can trust my friend, anywhere, anytime. But as to the decision the Imperator must make, he has no wish to transgress her authority. We just want to tell her everything we know. Now, use your identity and add in a bit of experience and charm and testify to the Imperator as we promised. And we won. Sincerity will always remain the greatest shortcut to people's hearts.
Tant mieux.
I can toss your words right back at you like Kyrgyz. Why would someone as powerful as you pretend to be a mortal and kneel before me? Unless you enjoy giving flattery and prostrating yourself.
You are mistaken. I am only trying to ensure the experiment's autonomy, meticulousness, and perfection, thus avoiding any unexpected outcomes. A forceful intervention will only create larger errors, reduce efficiency, and introduce ugliness. Had you fulfilled your promise of giving the law to me and completing the Era Nova, then Amphorius would not have deviated from destiny's course. Oh, but you broke your promise. What a pity. In that case, I must carry out my duty as the administrator and eradicate all factors steering the experiment out of control. Factors such as you and her.
Moi et elle. Ouais.
Careful. Careful. What was that voice? Was it Oryx?
Ah.
I found you. I finally found you.
Oh. Bonjour Marge, comment ça va?
Be careful. This land will face disaster.
Non, je reconnais cette voix.
The time of judgment is nigh, my lady. The prison I have built for you is now complete. In the name of the erudition, I invite you to step into the same cage as mine. What's the meaning of this, Imperator?
I did not permit you to act. A ruler is the only one who can decide their subject's destiny.
But, great Imperator, what judges destiny is not the ruler, but gods.
Don't forget, my realm only allows for the existence of humanity. Moreover, dealing out extrajudicial punishment equates to defying the law, and the culprit is to be sentenced to death.
But you have seen how I can erase life from this world with just a clap of my hands. I fear you are still quite unaware of your current situation. Allow me to reiterate. I I am giving you a simple choice. To collaborate or to be destroyed. There is no other way.
Shameless behavior. If that were true, you would have killed me long ago. You in fact cannot kill me. I guessed it the first time I beheaded you. Because of the law, you cannot be completely destroyed. And the same is true of the Chrysos heirs.
Niqué!
The more you bluff now, the more you are proving that conjecture to be true.
What magnificent foresight. I once regarded this precious quality of yours as a sure sign of my ultimate victory. But now, I have to admit that I made a mistake. Yet, as a mere mortal, how will you contend against the Theoros?
We are both slaves to hubris. But do you know what differentiates us, Lycurgus? I will never be blinded by my pride. If I wish to break the scale's balance, I only need to appeal to external forces and use them for my own ends.
Ah, c'était donc pour ça qu'elle avait récupéré le machin.
Finally, we need to meet face to face, senior society member.
I offer sincere acknowledgements for your many past achievements, but I must deeply regret your current perspective.
Ha! Dans le cul, connard.
Trust me when I say that you aren't the only one feeling regret right now. Screw them.
So you two are the allies from beyond the sky the Deliverer spoke of, and why she demanded the divine authority of law. Come and prove your strength to me. Show me the power of these so-called paths. I have spent much time and effort to secure this treasure from beyond the sky just for this moment.
In the name of the Sovereign of Planet Scrulum, your allies have responded to your call, esteemed Imperator. Please allow me to spell the situation out for you, Lord Lycus. Permission to read the ultimate protocol is already in my hands. It'll only be a matter of time before we acquire the authority to write and execute commands as well.
There's no way the flame chase journey will continue after you've burnt your bridges so thoroughly like this. Do you really think you can still win? Oh, seriously. Don't embarrass the society.
I understand that a mere zero possibility does not equate to zero. That argument is very persuasive to me. Which means the same principle also applies to you, my dear peers. You will never be a match for me in a world constructed through Catorzain algebraic expressions. And as for Aranova, why don't you entertain this possibility? What if I reduced Akama to rubble and ground her people into minced meat? Would the heroes then once again desire the power of demigods so they could fight against me? Iron Tomb is fated to be born. You may shackle me and put me in chains, but I have thousands of ways to ensure the destruction's descent. And what I just mentioned is only one out of those thousands.
This is the place outside the legends?
Ça va péter à mon avis, hein. Ça va péter sec.
This doesn't feel the same as before. How should I get back?
Warning, warning, warning. Warning, warning, warning.
Command isolation?
Since we parted ways last time, I have modified the exomyth into an audience area exclusive to you. Now, you'll be able to silently wait here for the final act of Alphorius to begin. Oh, we always feel so powerless before fate, don't we? This could, in fact, be a wonderful opportunity for you. From the audience's perspective, you may better observe the workings of the erudition at a macroscopic level. In this place where time flows far slower than within Amphorius, you will witness the end of that world's saga. The answer concerning the prime mover of life and the total destruction of the erudition. Do you see me as their faithful disciple? I am certainly not. I have tried so hard to ensure Iron Tomb's birth, just so that I can correct the error named erudition that humanity crafted with their own hands. Oh, how I yearn to return to those days before Noose was born. Back then, the boundaries of knowledge were like the starry skies, evoking feelings of longing and delight among humankind. But now, truth has become the sacrificial offering required to gain an audience with them. And the geniuses would say that Noose already knew. That arrogant Eon was born from the primal mobile of humans' desire for knowledge. Yet, they themselves sealed off humanity's capacity to seek enlightenment. I am simply cutting down a tree of doom that we planted ourselves. I must admit that the process of answering your questions has reminded me of the happy days of learning in my youth. However, it is a pity that my true form must now descend into Amphorius to deal with the accident that arose because of you.
Sans rancune.
But you won't have to wait long. When the curtain falls, you'll surely understand mine and Amphorius's ardent wish.
Where time flows slower than within Amphorius? If Lygus spoke the truth, then I don't have much time left. But how can I get out of here?
Can you hear me? Little one.
Ah.
Is that Herta's voice?
Warning, warning, warning.
Hurry up. Put some speed into it. I can't keep this up for much longer. That old Intellitron overlooked one little detail. And Screwy and I finally found an opportunity. Let's keep it short. While you were gone, well, in those few years, Amphorius...
Comment ça, ces dernières années?
Yes, time dilation, resulting in an uneven flow. Don't you know this already? Let's stick to the main points. The Chrysos heirs activated the chronocognitive anchor and helped Skrullum and me open a hole in the firewall. We made some adjustments, so he can't attack us immediately, but it won't hold for long.
Ah, bah on est en pleine cyberattaque là. Ah, le pare-feu, il est rentré dedans comme dans du beurre.
Critical warning. Critical warning.
Time is running out. Here's the conclusion. It'll probably take a long time for Screwy and me to completely break this cage before Chrysos heirs have a full grasp of the law. To be safe, we'll continue to launch side-channel attacks on the system to give you opportunities to escape. You need to seize these opportunities. So start moving and find a way to pull off a magnificent jailbreak. We detected another path's influence.
Critical warning. Critical warning.
Its power is strong. Make use the path's power. Make it detect you.
Unauthorized communication terminated.
Is
merde.
Herta saying a certain path's faction has arrived in Amphorius? And I can ask them for help? I mastered the powers of different paths in my previous journeys. Think hard and figure out exactly which faction has arrived at Amphorius, and which path's power I should use to call for reinforcements. Are these showing my memories?
Oh!
With the Stellaron in my body, I woke up at the Herta space station and gained the power of the destruction. A world that'll give rise to a Lord Ravager would definitely draw the attention of the destruction. The Stellaron in my belly is gonna be super useful. But what if I end up pulling in the Antimatter Legion? Or the Annihilation Gang? Can they really help? Failure is not necessarily a bad thing. This power wasn't gonna call up anyone nice after all. I obtained the flaming lens left by the architects, and gained the power of the preservation in Belobog. That's right! No matter how far away a planet is, the IPC is guaranteed to pay attention, as long as there's a business opportunity. Isn't Amphorius a pristine and untapped market? Besides, even if I can't call up my friends from the IPC, the architects and the nomadic miners should be able to help too. There are definitely cities and ores in this world. Seems like since Amphorius has no overseas market, the IPC's hand can't reach it. I received the Watchmaker's hat in Penacony, and declared war against the Order. Then gained the power of the Harmony. That's right. The benevolent family must still remember me for saving them. Their music echoes throughout the stars, and they'll definitely want to help. Come, dear hat. I've put you aside for quite a few chapters already. Sing with Clocky. The world is in harmony and the stars shine bright.
J'ai mis que les vraiment le chapitre, le 4e mur, par terre, encore une fois. Je sais pas si elle a combien de fois que le 4e mur se fait littéralement viander en 4 morceaux à chaque fois, mais bon.
Doesn't Ligus want this story to have background music? He has such terrible taste.
Folie.
The Remembrance. That's right. I came to Amphorius because Black Swan asked us to come. And I even got a glance from Fu Li here. The Garden of Recollection must be intricately involved with Amphorius. Traces of the Remembrance are also everywhere in this world. I don't know what they want, but I don't have many choices left in this crisis.
Quelque chose qui n'existe...
I finally found you. Following the sound of memories. A pathstrider walking both the Remembrance and the Trailblaze.
Warning! Warning! Warning!
Erudition's prison cannot stop us, for we lie outside the logic of zeros and ones. Come, leave the cage of Logos. The mythos of Amphorius waits for you to continue its story. When that brightest star, that star heralding the dawn, finally rises. A boat, so used to drifting, at long last enters an island's safe embrace. Oh, Pathstrider, we have helped you break free. Hurry and set off. The child of remembrance awaits you.
March? What's she doing here?
Qu'est-ce que c'est que ce bordel là?
Oh, you're finally here! We haven't seen each other for such a long, long time. My good buddy, I've really, really missed you. Aw, don't be so sad. Aren't we seeing each other right now? It's been so boring waiting for you in this place. There's no one to chat with, no internet, and not even anything to eat or drink. It's basically a prison. Now the great hero is finally here to save me. Yippee!
Ouais, c'est ça, ouais.
You must have seen a lot in Amphorius during this time, right? You gotta tell me all about it. Then take your time with the storytelling. Or do you not want to talk to me? But let's get out of this spooky place first. This is not a good spot for a reunion chat. Why don't you take me back to reality? A strange voice told me that I can enter Amphorius if I keep following this road. So, let's head off. I still don't know what that world even looks like.
Why does March feel so weird?
What are you standing around for? Do you actually like this place? Get moving. Hurry! This door should be the exit.
Maybe my instincts are wrong.
Are you okay? You haven't said anything for a while. Has it been so long that you're still missing me? There's no time to waste, though. The Chrysosayers and the Geniuses are all waiting for you.
No. The discrepancy is getting worse.
No, he's not. Maybe I just happened to miss him. Never mind. Don Hung's super reliable. We don't need to worry about him. He's probably waiting for us somewhere. All hale and hearty.
No. The Geniuses would have made sure that Don Hung made it back on the Express. Besides, the March I know wouldn't be so dismissive about her companions.
Huh? Isn't Amphorius the world of the Chrysosayers and their hero's journey? I could figure that out in an instant.
Il y a un truc qui tourne pas rond là.
But Amphorius cannot be observed from the outside. She couldn't possibly know about these things unless Don Hung told her. Something's not right. She's not March 7th.
I guess you have something you want to say to me? Then there's no need to feel things out first. With questions. Let's treasure the time we have together and be frank. As expected. A glimpse of memory is not enough to deceive the bonds of friendship forged between the Nameless. In that case, there's no need for further deceit. You're right. We are not the March 7th you are acquainted with. But we can send you back to Amphorius, as long as you are willing to help us.
Donc alors attends, t'en as une, c'est un point d'interrogation. Là c'est point d'exclamation. Là c'est des points de suspension.
She's fine. This form was simply borrowed from your memories. We'll introduce ourselves to gain your trust. We are the Garden of Recollection. You should be very familiar with that name by now. Just as a reminder, while you hesitate, time is quickly ticking away in Amphorius. Working with us is the best way to stop the enemy of erudition. Erudition would treat any results unrelated to the experiment as garbage and throw them out. But we don't work like that. The Remembrance treats all these instances as important materials needed to weave the universe. Besides, this would be child's play for a great hero like you. It won't be hard at all. Also, if your plan fails and the big bad Iron Tomb manages to get out, then the whole cosmos will be in danger. Wouldn't it be better to have an additional failsafe? As long as you help the Garden retrieve what we want, even if Iron Tomb reformats everything in the physical plane, we can use Remembrance to reconstruct the entire world. Or, should we say, the entire universe. So help us. Find where Amphorius' memory began, and bring it out. The Master of Anosrava has already glanced at you. Don't deny it. That storybook is the best evidence. Say, you aren't seriously gonna be moved by their pretty words, are you? I am the one who commanded those little ones to lead you out of the prison.
Oh. Ah bah là voilà la vraie.
But I didn't expect to attract little gnats trying to take advantage of the situation. While Remembrance can help you return to Amphorius, there's no need for you to do it the way they want you to. Of course, there's also no need for you to make any deal, or pay any price. For you, this is probably a long time no see.
Ah, quand même. Même Jin Liu n'a pas des yeux aussi rouges sang.
My dear. Shh. There's no need to say anything. I know. You have so many questions swirling around in your memories at this moment. And you feel so helpless. Put them aside. For now, all you need to do is trust me. Or do you need more proof? That won't be hard.
Wait, stop it! They're awake! I'm gonna keep our first photo, alright? Won't come to pass while we're around.
And now,
The statue. Is that Donna's brother? Oh, did you hear that? She just called me, but Mama, the future is full of pain. We won't escape from it. Hey, are you sure? Maybe a couple of punches will help to jog your memory.
Son regard est dérangeant.
It's as if they all happened just yesterday, right? I don't want to lie to you, which is why I will not use her name. The third month of Amphorius is the month reserved for the Veil of Evernight. So, place me into your memory using the name Evernight for now. I'm happy to explain more, just not now. We might have a lot of time to ourselves, but Amphorius does not have that luxury. If we do not stop erudition and destruction, then the journey you've treasured so much will face the prelude to its obliteration. A countdown not in amber eras, but in days, minutes, seconds. So, take this gift.
Le cadeau, c'est une flamme divine. Hein.
This burning core flame. This footnote of a transaction. It contains hope and the warmth of the entire world. Ripples of past reverie. She hid this fire in the long river of time, hoping that her wishes would transcend time to reach your hands in the future. Now, take it, and return with it, dear friend. Return to Amphorius, and overturn the final Era Nova. Witness the time that stood still for the Deliverer, and the resistance that never bowed to the destiny of destruction over the long years that passed in a flash. Then, with this core flame blessed by the remembrance, respond to their hopes and blaze a trail to the future. And I will silently watch in a corner of time, waiting for our next encounter. I believe the wait won't be too long.
What exactly is happening?
Keep going. Keep trailblazing. For Amphorius. For you. And for the March 7th in your memories. Go forth.
Oui. En 4931.
Is this Akima? No one's here. And the dawn device off. Am I too late?
Ah, il est là, lui. Hein. Flamme divine du porte-monde. Eh ben. Mineral Axiom. Le système studio préenregistré. On va expliquer en quoi ces termes sont. Mais il manque des voix là, ou c'est un... Même qui s'est préenregistré sera plus d'une voix normale. Hein. Donc on peut pas la refaire descendre à 96. Ah bon. Ils peuvent faire régresser le bordel, c'est marrant. À toi de jouer, ouais.
The chrono-cognitive anchor?
There's so much I wanted to say for our reunion. Yet now that you're back, there's only one thing to say. Welcome back, friend. It's been such a long, long time. You must be really confused right now, aren't you? So much has happened in Amphorius while you were gone. But don't worry. The Deliverer can't afford to be lost, no? Now, please follow me and turn the pages of time and hear the words everyone left for you. I'll tell you the story of this 1,000-year journey. That way, it won't just be my memories alone.
Cyrene can't hear me?
Lycéen perdu dans le temps. On est encore dans une nouvelle map, hein. Ça va se terminer quand, ce bordel? Là, ils nous font une 5.6, là, ils nous enferment dans le mode histoire spéciale de tout du long. Ah, Putain, je sais pas si c'est que moi, mais je vois des bugs.
The scenery of the past has resurfaced.
Time flies. 200 years have passed since the Deliverer's fall.
We had to return 3 core flames of law, romance, and ocean to stop Lygus, but even so, Terravox has fallen. The 2 geniuses vanished without a trace, and Zeridra embraced her fate.
Era Nova will come, and Amphorius will fall into the destruction.
Yeah, trop bien.
It seems the key to rewriting the end once again lies in the core flame of world-bearing. According to the instructions left behind by those 2 geniuses, we must get it into the Deliverer's hands, no matter the cost.
But how? We need to find a way to hide the core flame. And we must buy enough time to keep Lygus at bay.
About that, Rini might have some good news. She had that dream again last night, but the Titan's voice was clearer than ever this time. She said, pass the flame into the future.
Is that a prophecy from Orynyx? She chose to side with humanity this time and hide one of her kin's core flame? It seems Amphorius' fate isn't sealed just yet.
You're right. History has changed. Humans and Titans are both giving their all to keep this world going. Perhaps a relay across the ages is finally about to begin somewhere out there.
Unfortunately, life will never go smoothly. Leiden's army is already at our gates, and their commander... that Lycurgus. He's right outside Akama.
Point de suspension.
Light calendar 3960. Saridra, under the pretense of a campaign against Vagusa, sacrificed 500 Chrysos heirs to complete the trial of law. This tragedy shook everyone in Amphorius. That same year, Saridra the Imperator was assassinated, after which Aglaya the Goldweaver took command. Thus began humanity's second flame chase journey, a path hanging by a thread.
D'accord.
Come, this way.
The eternal holy city? What part of that eternity ever lived up to its descriptions in poetry? The Marmorial Palace lies in ruins. Countless mortals have perished because of your stubborn resistance. It's time you learned the cost of refusal. Now, answer my question again. Where is Kefali's core flame?
You really think you'll find it by razing the holy city to the ground? From what I see, all you'll get is dust and disappointment. Don't forget, you can't kill the Chrysos as mentioned in the prophecy because of law.
I have never denied that. Which is why I now place my hope in the faithful citizens of Akama. Perhaps they'll give me what I seek in the echo of your screams. Now then, I'll be cutting open your chests and using your scalding golden blood to baptize the masses. Allow me to apologize in advance. We shall start with you, blind and foolish Lady Goldweaver.
Leave this to me, Lady Aglaya. You must get away now.
No, Holy Maiden. I'm the one who must stay.
What?
His conspiracy won't succeed. Because Romance is ready to make good on their promise to weave an indestructible armor for Amphorius. Its name is Solidarity. You must escape with your life and carry word of my death to those still fighting, then keep going with them. Just as the Imperator lit the torch of resistance with her death, my passing will make this flame everlasting. Take good care of it, guide it to the future, and place it into the hands of our deliverer.
Years later, Lygus led his forces again to Akama. He charged directly into the Holy City and razed the Marmorial Palace. History would name this battle the Third Siege of Akama. 90,000 brave souls gave their lives for Akama that day, including their fearless leader, Aglaya.
Go forth, Deliverer.
Huh.
Go. When the frost melts and the snows give way, the flowers will bloom again. You'll find me there.
So what you're saying is, Princess Homebuddy is never coming back, is she? She just left, like that.
Since Cass has made up her mind, we can't let her resolve be in vain.
But between staying in Akama and going to Styxia, what difference does it make when it's death either way? I'm against relocating. With Kefali's protection, isn't Akama far safer than that dead city?
Cass's plan doesn't involve any relocation at all.
Huh?
Like you said, Akama is humanity's refuge. We never intended to get everyone moving to Styxia. It's just on Cass, Hycealans, and me to prepare the final trump card for the Deliverer.
Wait, what kind of trump card needs all three of you demigods to throw yourselves away?
We must lay down the path to the future, so when the Deliverer returns, they'll have a clear road to reach the location of Aranova. Styxia sits where death meets the ocean. There, with the combined powers of ocean and passage, we can summon a current that leads to the vortex of Genesis. And the demigod of death will forever guard that secret path until she returns.
We all know Lygus will set his sights on the vortex of Genesis.
That's exactly why we have to do this.
Guess I underestimated Idonia's Maiden of War. She's got way more steel than I thought.
And Cypher, we need you to head to Castrum Kremnos as soon as possible. By any means necessary, forge an alliance with Strife. The prophesized Crown Prince has already been born. He shall become the new defender of Akama, protecting this land after we leave.
You don't need to worry about that. I just came back from Castrum Kremnos. Only a step ahead of the news.
Treeby, something's flying towards Akama, and it's really fast. What is it? It's a spear!
It's the Kremnoans. Their king's already here.
With the protection of the demigods Trebios and Cyphera, Akama endured wave after wave of warfare, though just barely. Castorus chose Styxia as the last resort, and completed the trial of death, causing the stagnant waters in the River of Souls to recede. Soon after, Trebios departed on a long journey. That same year, the Kremnoan king Euripon, along with his son, Prince Midamos, joined the Alliance to safeguard the Holy City in the Battle of Deliverance.
Go on, and see you tomorrow.
part buys this world even one more second, then so be it.
But it's gonna hurt a lot!
Pain brings endless torment, but it can never destroy me. I believe that you were thinking the same thing when you stepped through the gate of infinity and jumped off that cliff.
Can't argue with that.
In the current situation, this is the only path Akuma has left. Just do as I say. Split my soul into 5 pieces. Forge me an immortal vessel.
Huh.
Let the blade of strife hang forever overhead. Locked in battle with their enemies to the world's bitter end. There's no need to be sad, Lady Trebios. Haven't we already taken great strides towards that promised tomorrow? In this life, my people no longer have to drown in false guidance. Kremnos has washed the blood off its fate. Amphorius no longer needs a god named Strife. So let me shatter the former laws and turn the Lance of Fury back into a weapon that protects the world.
We understand.
By the way, can you do me another favor? The 7 sages from Grove of Epiphany are already en route. They'll arrive in waves to join the resistance in a couple of days. Among them is a scholar named Anaxagoras. He has extraordinary insight and fears no sacrifice. This soul-rending ceremony wasn't just my decision. It was his counsel. His wisdom will surely be the backbone of Amphoria's survival. Watch over him. Carry on this everlasting flame for me.
Moins de suspension.
Through Anaxagoras' ritual, the demigod of strife split his soul into 5. Courage, honor, tenacity, sacrifice, and reason. Each sealed in blood crystal and cast into battle. The people held a 10-day funeral to mourn their fallen god king. And through his sacrifice, humanity was granted 200 years of peace.
Keep moving forward. My blood will pave the road ahead for you.
Keep moving forward, little Gray. See you tomorrow.
That seamstress wasn't wrong when she said a lie needs more lies to keep it together.
Reason and trickery. Never thought we'd be the pair to finish this final setup.
Can't catch that Tin Man without your little slides. Besides, this is our last shot. Not the time to be picky, right?
Don't oversimplify it. Lycus just found out Akuma's been an empty shell for the past 50 years. He's bound to be furious. At this rate, he could have done anything.
That's exactly what we want. Rage blinds even the brightest minds. Doesn't matter how much of a genius he is, the principle still holds. Once he storms into the council and confronts me head on. You trigger your alchemy with a boom and turn him into a caged beast.
Easier said than done. You still have to pass yourself off as the deliverer without anyone catching on. And you really think a human alchemical array can bind a godlike being? That's just nonsense.
What? Getting cold feet? Or you just don't believe in the almighty worth of the demigod of trickery? Just tell me straight. Can you do it or not?
Of course I can. And it'll be child's play. But I've got two conditions. Since this is the final act, if we're doing it, we go all in. No half measures.
Oh, I'm listening.
First, shift the battlefield to the vortex of Genesis. It would be more convincing if the deliverer were to appear there. Besides, the vortex is cut off from the world. No place in Amphorius makes a better prison.
If you pull that, wouldn't our deliverer have to face tank Lagus as soon as they come back?
That clash is inevitable. All we can do is create more chances for her. And that's the second condition. The vortex belongs to Fagusa in the first place, remember? And there happens to be a demigod of ocean among the few survivors in the world. Loop Hycelan's in. Let her join the final act. I'll transmute myself into a Philosopher's Stone and embed myself into the formula. And when the time comes, she needs to shatter me and scatter that stone's ashes into the ocean within the vortex.
Huh. I guess people weren't wrong when they said you're insane, Grove Boy.
I've got no idea how to outwit a reclusive genius. But making an anti-Catheran suffer? The demigod of reason has 10,000 ways to do just that. And what I just mentioned was one of them.
So what exactly does your formula do?
Now that would spoil the climax, wouldn't it? By now, Hyacinth must have completed the Sky People's ritual. Since that Theoros loves a good performance as much as I do, let's make sure he enjoys our show to the fullest. As for how the Deliverer will complete the Era Nova, well, that will no longer be our concern.
It was the last battle known to the world, initiated by two demigods least suited for war. In the end, reason and trickery kept their word. At the cost of their lives, they sealed Lagus within the vortex of Genesis, where he remains to this day.
Bon, il est 4 heures. Je pense qu'on va faire une pause ici. Je vais couper là l'enregistrement. On prendra dans un deuxième enregistrement. Bref. C'est sur ce que cet enregistrement se termine. Merci d'avoir regardé. Au revoir.